The expansion will take effect in 2027. Jade Aubrey, KMOX News.
From the business desk, Apple is exploring having its semiconductors made in the U.S. Here's Jason Brooks.
Intel shares soared higher after Bloomberg reported that Apple is interested in partnering with a chip maker on having Apple's custom chips made in the U.S., with Apple also considering South Korea's Samsung as a U.S. chip partner. Taiwan Semiconductor has been making Apple's custom chips for iPhones, iPads, and Macs over the past decade, but Apple is looking to diversify its supply chain, with CEO Tim Cook telling Apple's recent earnings call that a lack of chips for the iPhone and Mac is constraining growth.
Intel operates 4 advanced chip plants in Chandler, Arizona. Samsung is building an advanced chip plant in Taylor, Texas. The Dow from Stifel's up 314 points to 49,256. We've got road work on 70 going west at Madison in the right lane. There's a traffic signal issue on 270 going south, getting off at Big Bend.
Winds turning to the northwest as we go through the afternoon with the passing of a cold front with some periods of showers and a couple of thunderstorms. I think by late afternoon, by the time the sun goes down, especially low 50s across St. Louis. Tonight, a couple of showers and thunderstorms lingering. It's a chilly 46. Wednesday, maybe a spot leftover shower first thing in the morning. Otherwise, partly sunny and chilly. It's a dry day Wednesday, but only 58 for the high. 42 Wednesday night. Thursday, sunny and 65. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Sponsored by Artistic Decks. We've got 56, feels like 49 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Summer's here. Is your backyard ready? If you missed the spring rush, Artistic Decks can still make it happen. From premium wood to maintenance-free composite, get the quality you deserve. Don't wait. Call Artistic Decks today at 314-280-0821.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Good afternoon, St. Louis. DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. Wow, my image on the stream is kind of cool.
Whoa, the light.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Oh, I meant my handsome face. But, yeah, that light's kind
The
of
way the light's shining on your handsome face.
cool. I look like Darth Maul.
Yeah, hold up a handle with your left hand like you're holding a lightsaber. Just hold it there. Yeah.
I can't
Like a
do the
motorcycle
backwards
grip.
thing because
Oh,
the
okay.
video's backwards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes if people watch me closely, which don't, because of my OCD or whatever it is, when I'm wearing a beanie and it has an emblem, if it is a millimeter not centered, I have to adjust it.
Yeah.
But when I look in the video, it's opposite. So I'm constantly like, feel dumb. How you feeling, Kev?
All right. Doing all right. Not 95%. Just a little tired.
Good.
Yeah. Better than yesterday.
Yesterday
at this time, I was still, I had just gotten out of bed. It's not great.
A few minutes after he got in, I said, "What happened to you, Kev?" And he said, "What are you talking about?" And I said, "You know what? Never mind. Never mind."
I thought he knew.
I mean, I didn't know. You didn't get into details. You were just like, I was in the bathroom and I didn't throw up and I went back to bed. So I was wondering.
Yeah, I was up all night feeling like I was going to puke. That's what it was.
How that shook out.
That's so much worse than puking.
I got to agree. I just get it over with and get it done. Yeah, I got to agree. Because that lingering thing, I did the thing where you fall asleep on the bathroom floor.
I've never done that.
Oh, I do that. When I get sick like that.
I've done it when I was drunk, when I was in my 20s.
No alcohol involved. This was you're there and you're prepared and you're like, it's close. It's going to happen. So you go in there and then you're like, it's calming down. I'm just going to lay right here for a second. And then the next thing you know, it's like 20 minutes later and the feeling comes back and it's just kind of that for like 2 hours.
Yeah. Worst part of puking to me is the anxiety.
The lead up.
100%.
It's the lead
The
up.
anxiety, like, is it going to happen? Am I going to? Am I fine?
100%.
Yeah.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There used to be such a thing for me. Again, like in my 20s when
Go out and have some margaritas.
Things matter.
Yeah.
You're doing stuff.
Yeah.
It's the 10-year anniversary of the famous Trump Tower taco salad.
Oh, that was a good one.
Oh, that's right.
That was a good one.
10-year anniversary.
Thanks to everyone who downloads the podcast. Andrew was just showing me the numbers, and they're even up from where they were. We get a ridiculous number of podcast downloads, a couple of million a year, and all over the world, all over the country. Like I said, I can't walk around in Denver.
And I was going to say, especially Denver.
Yeah, I just can't. I just had to realize that's no longer my life.
Yeah.
So we really, really appreciate it. I got a wild hair, and I ordered a Carmelo candy bar.
Yeah.
Oh,
with
yeah.
my groceries.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And it really brought back, Kev, you'll know about this, I think, but in my day and age, usually the German club, to take a trip to Berlin or something, would sell those candy bars, the charity candy bars, with the gold foil that you would then put on your desk.
Yep.
And that was my first bad credit, because my friend, and he was my friend, Joe Barton, was in the German club, and he had candy bars every day, and I had to have one every day. And he would give them to me on credit.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Did he charge you interest?
No, there's no VIG. And then Bill
It'll cost you
Miller,
10 points,
also
Dave.
my friend, and his twin sister would make lollipops at home, and they were good. And I was into them for a little bit too. So yeah, man.
I did like those caramel candy bars.
Oh, they're great.
Those are like the best candy bars there are. And of course, you never have $1 when you're a kid. So yeah, you're running into situations like Dave is describing.
Oh boy, Mitch took a shot at me.
Uh-oh.
Dave got a wild hair. Where's that hair? Ha ha. Come here, Mitch. I'll show you.
Boy, he
Mitch, you blew it. You're not going to California now.
Yeah,
You're
no.
about to get smacked, Mitch.
I bought a ticket for Mitch to go to California with us, and
we can return that.
these people, I'm telling you, they just don't understand how thin the ice they're standing on.
no,
They just
no. There's nothing Andrew loves more than banning people from the
Oh,
street.
man, he's
it
got an
is
itchy-
my favorite. And
Itchy
the,
trigger finger right there, dude. He's just
and the more
waiting.
you chat, the more of a beloved figure in the chat you are, the more I want you out of here.
Don't draw attention to yourself.
He is straight up Harry Callahan. Go ahead and make my day.
Make my day.
You feeling lucky, punk?
Speaking of little Dave, I ran across my photo album from when I was a kid, and I found my 6th grade school picture. And I kind of look like this. I know you can't see this unless you're on the stream, but I kind of look like this. Like I look completely stressed out, which I was. I've been stressed out since I landed here. And I remember going up to the teacher's desk, Mrs. Barton, and they give you that little package, and you look and see what your pictures look like. And I look like a freak. And I must have just looked really screwed up. And I'll never forget this. Mrs. Barton said, "Yeah, David, that's what you look like all the time."
Oh.
Yeah.
What's the point in saying that to you?
I don't know, but it really got me. It wasn't like my nose was big or something like, "Oh yeah, you look like you got a big nose all the time." It was I looked freaked out.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember at the time in my own 12-year-old head going, "Oh my God, she knows." Like she knows
That you have
she's
anxiety.
she's seeing through me. Yeah.
That makes me so mad. I wish I could go back and talk to her and be like, "Hey, I have an idea. Maybe you could help Dave learn how to relax and help him develop some tools instead of being like, yeah, you're stressed all the time. Shut up."
70s teacher would have just smacked you for saying that.
I guess
Oh,
so.
yeah. And in the 70s, your parents would have been like, "Well, you asked for it. Don't talk back to your teacher."
Shouldn't have feelings. That's your problem.
I don't know how much it was like that before the 70s, but that was the 70s. Probably some of the 80s, too.
I imagine that sort of thing went back all the way.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like it just suddenly got worse for like a decade and a half. It was probably better than that, or worse than that before, and it got better.
Yeah, and where I went, South Roxana Elementary, it was just like a different world because we were, like I said, we literally lived across the tracks from Roxana. And everyone just kind of knew you're from South Roxana, like, okay. But they used to come in probably once a month and do lice and scabies tests.
Mm-hmm.
But they only called 3 students up because they were the ones who always had it. And, even though you're like 9 or 10, you're like, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
get it.
There
That's
just seems like
embarrassing.
there's a better way to do it. I get only wanting to test those kids. Like, we don't have to test everyone, but you could be like, hey, come out in the hall.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, time for the lice test.
Right. You could do
Like,
something.
you could just, there's a lot of these things. It's like, you could just be a little nicer. That's
Yeah.
it. That's all I'm saying.
Think of it that at that time, though, that adults hadn't even thought that it might be a good idea for kids to wear seatbelts in the back seat.
Right.
I mean,
We had bigger problems.
We were way behind where we are now in just terms of just general consciousness of things.
Yeah. Which is why
Like, they'll be fine. They'll just bounce around and hit their head on the seat again.
Which is why it was weird for our generation to become parents, because our generation was really pushed on things like, don't you ever let your kid on a tricycle without a helmet.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd never seen a helmet.
No.
I've never worn and I'm not saying that, look at me, I'm cool or tough.
No, it's just the
I'm
way
just
it
saying
was.
our Gen X, you're just like, what?
No.
What are you talking about?
Helmets were not a thing on your bike. I don't know until when, but I know there was a gap from like when I was riding bikes as a kid to like when I had a kid.
Yeah.
And that's somewhere in there is when it changed. I don't know exactly when.
And it's a smarter time now.
Yes, of course it makes sense.
when you grow up like that.
Because now you see, too, the helmets are cool, right? When we were kids, if you had a helmet, it was always a dorky-looking one or something ugly and old. It was like a hockey helmet. Now you can get a cool one that's got your favorite comic book people on it or your favorite sports team logo, whatever. It's stuff's cool. And it makes sense now.
Kurt says, my sister was bit by a dog. She had plastic surgery. Her 4th grade teacher held her face and her hand in front of everyone and said, I think it looks worse. Jeez. Yeah.
Sounds like a terrible person.
Yeah. There were a lot of...
Like, I really don't care what year it was. That's just cruel and completely unnecessary.
Yeah, people on stream have all sorts of stories like that.
Yep. Nobody's defending it. We're just saying that was pretty common.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, it's just the way we lived.
Adults were a lot jerkier back then.
Yeah.
And I think it made us as kids jerkier.
Yeah. And I've said this kind of thing before, and sometimes it upsets people because you only know the family you grew up in, and I'm probably projecting, but it just felt like our parents, now I'm 61, that for sure most of them didn't look at their kids the way we look at our kids. For sure. Doesn't mean they didn't love us. In their own way, they had their own childhoods, they had their own thing. They weren't just going to impromptu become these, loving, doting parents. But it always kind of felt like my generation of parents just kind of had us because that's what you're supposed to do. You fight World War II, you come home, have a couple kids. But it wasn't, I don't know. It didn't compare it all to what we have now.
No.
Yeah.
But we've also
And
benefited.
in some ways it was easier.
Yeah.
Because they ignored you, which wasn't always a bad thing.
Sometimes. Yeah, I think we've kind of lost the balance. There's a good balance in there somewhere between that and now, where you allow some independence, some learn things the hard way, but also not like, hey, just go outside and play for the next 10 hours.
Mitch has a weird one. He said, in 4th grade, I got yelled at for not asking the teacher how to use a protractor. That's a weird one.
Yeah.
I remember protractors. Man, that stuff was over my head.
Yeah.
None of that stuff made any sense. Still doesn't. What am I saying used to?
Compass and protractor.
Don't give me a protractor. Tell you guys about Mosby Building Arts, and they're continuing their freebie giveaway during the month of May. They're focusing on kitchens this month, and so if you do a remodel during the month of May, and again, you don't have to have it done by May, just reach out, make a contact, get on the books. They will provide you with a free backsplash or 5% off. And I like this aspect of them, that maybe what you think your kitchen is beautiful, you love it, but practically it doesn't work. Practically you don't have enough storage. Mosby are experts at doing that. And if you're just going to gut the thing and start all over again, we promise you, you're going to have every bit of storage capacity that you need, and it's going to be beautiful, and it's going to be functional. Mosby is just several levels above everyone else in the remodeling business. That's just the way it is. Give them a call. Very nice people. 314-909-1800 or call Mosby.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you're struggling to hear conversations, TV, or the people you love, now there's an easier, more affordable solution without spending thousands. Audion Hearing makes high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98, with free shipping and dedicated one-on-one support in the comfort of your own home. No doctor's offices, no pressure. Clearer hearing delivered right to your door. Join over 1 million happy customers hearing life more clearly. Visit audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
It's 1:19 p.m. This time check is brought to you by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
A Mother's Day to remember. Join us May 9th and 10th at Warm Springs Ranch for the Budweiser Clydesdales Parade of Champions. A never-before open-to-the-public chance to see our majestic stallions braided, polished, and showcased like true champions. Browse the gift shop and make a full day of it. Doors open at 9:30 a.m. Festivities run until 3 p.m. Enjoy live demonstrations and meet a Clydesdale up close. Tickets are limited. Go to warmspringsranch.com.
With summer here and the kids home full time, your garage door will see a lot more use. Do it a favor with annual maintenance from Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. The 26-point tune-up is one price for up to 3 garage doors and openers. Get them all done. Trusted in St. Louis for 100 years. Always look for the genuine, the original red ribbon of Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Since 1926, they're never going to steer you wrong. Schedule online at overheaddoorsstlouis.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
It's Tom Ackerman for Ophthalmology Associates, the doctor's doctors, 314-966-5000 or online at youridoc.com.
100 years, one legendary voice. Relive KMOX's century of service, classic audio, photos, videos, and more at KMOX100.com.
$121 DGS. I have tickets for the ball game tonight. I don't see it. 45 degrees and rainy.
Is that what it's supposed to be tonight?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, practice.
Indoors, thank God.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. Did you guys? I sent we have a group text, and I feel like I get stoned at night and I bother the guys. I really do. Like, I'm sitting there, on the couch, and I'm like, do I hit send? And so I sent them a picture from eBay of my exact basketball shoes from 7th grade. They were Converse Pro high tops, not fancy, not expensive. And this particular pair was even my size back then, 9.5. And they're on sale on eBay for $1,500. Why? Crazy. And no, I'm not going to buy those. I'm not that crazy.
That doesn't make any sense.
There you go. Rachel's showing them $1,500.
I like them.
I like when we get texted in the group text thing. It's fun.
Do you?
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
I don't think anybody's bothered. I only worry about doing it later at night because I
Now,
know
if
I'm the person that's always up.
Now, if you conference called us all,
Yeah,
and we're phone calling us over and over again to be like, guys, I found some shoes.
it's only cool if it's like a video call.
Yeah, if you were FaceTiming us all 10:30 at night.
Yeah, I always want to send things to the group when it's either I know Dave is asleep, like there ain't no, it's like 9:45. I'm like, there's no way he's up.
I'm close.
Or it's like 6 or 7 in the morning when I first wake up, and I'm like, well, I know Wheels is definitely asleep.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about waking me up though. I ain't gonna hear that.
Yeah.
Same, but I'm not gonna be up at 6 a.m.
Existential question. If the alien showed up, who should be the spokesman for humanity?
A person?
Yeah. Or a group. Is it the UN? Is it the United States? Because we're like the United States.
Well, we don't want that.
Yeah, I'm going to say no on USA.
Well, it shouldn't be any nation. It should be some group, whether it's the UN or something that's formed to do just this, to have that communication. It shouldn't just be one country.
That's, I think, the right answer. It shouldn't necessarily be the UN, but it should be a coalition. It should be a group of countries that are probably hastily put together to answer this specific situation.
Is your best guess that exists and we just don't know it?
It could. Yeah, for all we know, it could. It could be a subdivision within the UN. It could be a behind-the-scenes thing. Yeah. I would assume the biggest powers would be the ones that want to take the lead on that.
Yeah,
US,
I think there would be a real slap fight.
Yeah.
About who was going to do that.
Yeah.
Don't you think the aliens would have someone in mind when they were landing?
I was going to say, we may not have a choice. Yeah. They may be the ones that are like, hey, we want to talk to these people.
Yeah. And what if it's someone completely not in power?
Yeah, what if they just say, we don't care what any of you have to say?
Like there's a lady named Carolyn in Iowa, and we've been watching her, and she's the one we want to talk to.
Yeah, we kind of have to set the terms, I guess, right, of like what we would expect the aliens to be.
What do you mean?
Right? I mean, because, you got all the different explanations for who they are, what their point is. A lot of that, I think, would play into who's chosen and why. If it's something a little more hostile, you can bet it's the big military powers that get together, right?
Pete Hegseth.
Yeah.
There we go.
Maybe us, China, Russia, EU combined.
Send Kash Patel out there.
India, Pakistan, like all the biggest armies in the world. Yeah.
The aliens are going to land, and they're going to say, take us to Daryl Anka. We've been talking to him for quite some time now.
We're here to see Paul Anka's nephew.
What if they all talked like Bashar?
They all land. They look just like him.
It's great to be with you on this day of your time.
We'd
be like, you all can leave. If you're all like this, y'all can leave, man. Just leave us some technology and stuff.
What if the aliens, because we've talked about this forever, what if they showed up and they're just super annoying? Like,
okay,
they're way more into us.
Yeah, just like, dude.
Let's say the aliens land on the roof of the Park Pacific building.
Yeah.
Who from Odyssey are we sending to go negotiate with them?
What are we looking to get out of it?
I was gonna say,
We're just looking for someone who's chill, and we'll make a good impression on the aliens.
I'm definitely sending Steve, our boss.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
But if Steve's gone that day, I think it'd be funny to send Wiggins.
Yeah.
Oh, man. He'd be like,
Wiggins
have
would
you
do
ever heard
fine.
of Blorg and Narg?
Yeah, that's a real possibility, is that they show up and they're just, like District 9.
Mm-hmm.
Great
What if it's
movie.
a broken down ship? Right, like that's the case there.
They were just,
what if they're ugly?
They were just pests.
What if it's E.T.?
But they really weren't. They were broken down and didn't
Right.
want to be
But
here.
we treated them
Yeah, we treated
like-
them like, crap.
Yeah.
I'm not helping E.T. E.T.'s gross. I'm not getting near him.
What's your ET issue?
Phone home.
He is kind of gross looking.
I have never liked E.T. I think I missed the chance for it to be like whimsical and magical. So for me,
Okay.
he's just like a nasty little freak.
And
What do you
He
mean?
just looks like a wrinkled up turd. And he's I have always found him so gross and off putting, and I hate him. I don't want to help him. It kind of scared me a little bit when I was a kid. Like,
it
I don't
scared
know.
me too. Whenever I don't know, is it FEMA or somebody shows up and they have all the tents
Yeah,
going?
I know the part where he runs and screams.
Yeah.
I was in high school when I saw it, and that still kind of freaked me out a little bit.
Yeah. No, thank you. Pass. That's what I'd say. They landed in front of me. I'd say pass.
What if he left you a trail of Reese's Pieces?
E.T. phone. No, E.T. get away from me if you know what's good for
Andrew
you.
and E.T. are squabbling over the Reese's Pieces.
That's why he doesn't like it.
I'm running in front of him and kicking him away.
The thing that you need in the morning, when you first wake up.
Total Information AM.
I like to be informed with the news and like to know, like in the mornings, I like to know what's going on.
Debbie Monterey, Megan Lynch, Tom Ackerman.
It's always smart to know what's going on.
Your morning news and information.
The national and local news.
Weather.
Sports.
I like the traffic reports.
Total Information AM.
I listen to it in the mornings, so it really gets me going.
Total Information AM. Weekdays 5 to 9 on the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Don't get lulled into believing the IRS is getting soft. It's just the opposite. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm. We are being told by IRS collection officers that their higher-ups are demanding that they get more aggressive than ever. So don't ignore them any longer. Level up. If you have unfiled returns, unpaid taxes, levies, or liens, call me, Lance Drury, today and let me get between you and the IRS. I'll protect your rights. At the Lance Drury Law Firm, our practice is focused 100% on fighting the IRS. Remember, IRS problems are legal problems, and they need to be handled by an expert attorney who's done it for decades. So call the Lance Drury Law Firm today. We're local. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Call 314-260-6120. Visit Lance, DRURYlaw.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Here's Dave Murray's weather forecast.
The big deal this afternoon, winds turning to the northwest, and our temperatures will be slowly dropping. By the time the sun goes down, we're in the low 50s, and there'll still be some showers and some thunderstorms around from time to time, and quite breezy. Tonight, a couple of showers and thunderstorms linger. It's a chilly 46, though. Wednesday, maybe a spot leftover shower first thing in the morning, otherwise partly sunny and chilly on Wednesday. 58 degrees, going down to 42 Wednesday night. Thursday, sunny and 65. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Brought to you by USPS Ground Advantage.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast.
Pump up the volume.
When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Guys, Kevin Wheeler here. I want to tell you about Burn Balance Complex, which you can pick up at supplement superstores, along with a whole lot of great information and a lot of helpful tips from everybody that works there. Everybody there is a personal trainer. They're all sports nutrition specialists. They can help you in a lot of different ways, including explaining to you how Burn Balance Complex will work for you. It's Burn Balance Edge for the guys, Burn Balance Zen for the women. And it's very simple what it is. It covers a lot of ground, but the concept is simple. It is a complete metabolism system. It's not just a fat burner. It helps your body work with you to naturally burn fat. That's what it is. But it does more than that. It's like that plus, right? It's a natural weight loss option, especially for people that don't want to get a prescription, that don't want to go get injections or inject themselves. It's a great option if you want to avoid those things. But as I mentioned, it's more than just a fat burner. It'll help reduce stress and cortisol, lower cortisol levels, which can help with better sleep, better recovery from workout. And working out is a key part of losing weight. It'll give you some help with appetite and craving control. You get all-day focused energy with no jitters, no crash. It's not like energy drinks where at the end of it, you're like, oh, no. It's not like that. It's smooth. It's easy. And by the way, it's not magic. Nobody is telling you that if you take Burn Balance Complex, you will automatically get what you want. You still have to make good decisions. You still have to eat well, do all those things. But the Burn Balance Complex makes it so much easier, and I tell you that from my own personal experience. So get out to supplement superstores. Tell them you heard Kevin Wheeler talking about it on KMOX. They'll knock 30% off the Burn Balance Complex for you, and you can find your location at supplementsuperstores.com.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Paramount Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Paramount Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Paramount Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 314-720-8444. 314-720-8444. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 314-720-8444.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX 134. Gonna be a fun show today. I'm going to talk to Eric Kopinski, who is from MoDOT, who is in charge of the I-70 repairs and modifications. And it's not going to be a fight or anything. I mean, I had my butt clenched for 8 hours over the weekend going to KU and back. 70 to a non-professional engineer is a mess. And it is stressful and frightening. And I just want to get some explanation from Eric, which I'm sure he's going to have because he's the head of MoDOT or whatever. But yeah, so we'll talk about that.
So you're saying, is it what's it west of like Lake St. Louis, that kind of thing?
It starts before Wentzville.
Okay, yeah.
And it goes all the way to Kansas City.
All the way?
Not all the way. The construction goes all the way, but there are like 15 miles here where there's nothing, 10 miles here where there's nothing, and then there's 12 miles where you have these concrete walls literally setting on the paint of the edge of your lane. And so if you're in that lane and there's a semi in the right side, then there are all these weird little squigs in the highway.
I gotcha.
And so big rigs aren't known for being good at weird little squigs. And next thing you know, you are literally a couple of inches from that concrete wall. So, yeah, not great.
Man.
So, Rach, you avoided the Met Gala.
Yeah, I mean, it's all over the place.
Hard to avoid.
Especially on Reddit. There are just a million posts about it on like every subreddit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not even saying this in an angry way or whatever. I'm just saying gas is $4 a gallon. I do not care about this party and these rich people. I'm not interested. I don't care. I don't want to see like the top 10 best looks from the red carpet. I don't care. I'm glad everybody had fun, I guess. That is so far removed from my life that I do not care to look at it at all.
Yeah, I think I'm more bothered by normies who love it than I am the a-holes who do it. And I think you're a-holes. I do. When you're that rich, it's such a Marie Antoinette Bolshevik revolution thing to me, especially like Rach says, when we're in wars we don't want to be in. Mm-hmm. Gas is as high as it's been in my memory. Doesn't look like it's going to get any better anytime soon. And these a-holes are dressing up like swans and flying saucers and just, yeah. I'm beyond I don't care. I hate it.
Well, and then, okay, one thing I did see is, you guys know the actress Sarah Paulson?
Yeah.
Her whole thing was, they were like, what's the title of your piece or your outfit? And she said something like, it's Eat the Rich, or like something like that.
Yeah.
Basically trying to be like, we hate rich people, right, guys? It's like, you are at the Met Gala.
Yeah.
You're like AOC when she went and she had Eat the Rich on the back of her dress. It's like, this is not doing what you think it's doing. You're participating in the very event you are protesting. You sound like a fool. I'm sorry. You're
right.
a fool. You're not
Trev,
tricking anyone.
You had a take on it?
Yeah, and you guys don't fall into this because we talk about this stuff all the time, and I think we all share the same concerns.
Yeah,
about
we actually were not at the Met Gala.
Other groups of people. No, I mean, like there are people that will sit there online and whine about the Met Gala and how Hollywood elites don't get it, while your president paints the whole ass White House gold.
Yeah,
you know, like I mean, like I hate it all, and you guys do too. I mean, we talk about this all the time, but I find it amazing that we have this group of people that are going to yell at celebrities for doing it, but not yell at anybody else. Not going to yell at the hedge fund people who have, you know, the 7,000-foot yacht. They're not going to yell at a sports team owner who's got all these. Not going to yell at a politician who's made millions because, well, I like him and I voted for him. Like, we have to have the same energy across the board for all of these examples, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And you guys do. It's not about you guys. It's just that I find that whole dynamic fascinating.
I understand the inclination to be like, the fashion is cool. Like, if you like fashion, it is a fun event to pay attention to. I'm just saying that I have reached a point where I feel like a chump if I'm going to be enjoying stuff like this.
Well,
because it's just so outside of, like, I'm never going to attain anything close to this, nor do I want to. If I had those kind of means, I would not be using it to walk down the red carpet and do that kind of stuff. I would try to be helping people. At least I like to think so.
There may be some daylight between me and Kevin on this because, and you correct me if I'm wrong, I don't begrudge people having money. I don't begrudge people having a lot of money. I judge people who have a great deal of money and don't do enough, in my opinion, to help humanity. Again, that's a lot of judging. You know, I'm judging you. You know, someone could judge me and say, well, Dave, you've got some money. Why would you buy a new drum set? Why don't you give that? Valid. I get it. It's all a matter of degrees. But I feel like the fight that you had with Brad Young about billionaires and stuff, I feel like you resent people with a ton of money more than I do.
No, I resent the people that game the system and screw us over by fixing the laws because they have access to politicians and money. I don't care how much money you have. That's great. God love you. Make what you can. Stop trying to tilt the board more in your favor.
I agree with that.
That's what I hate.
I agree with that.
So it's not so much that I don't care what Elon's worth. If you've done something that's gotten you that, great. You don't need to lobby for more breaks. That's what I'm saying. You don't need to be using your money to make it even more in your favor. You've won. Yeah. You're good. You should enjoy what you have, keep what you have. Hey, make more. Just don't play with the rules all the time. And don't go buy social media. And again, he's just one example. But don't go buy these big things so that you can influence politics. Like, that's what I hate. I hate the influence, not the money that they have. And a way that they use it. And there are good ones. I have nothing against Warren Buffett, for example. There are plenty of billionaires out there that I don't go, oh, I hate that guy. I don't bring them up because they don't do detestable things.
Fair enough. Completely different topic?
Yeah.
There's a TikTok guy who seems to make his living doing eating challenges. And, I'm not super into competitive eating, but, like, I've watched a few of them. And I saw one today, and I don't think it was staged. I think it happened. And he was in an all-you-can-eat place doing his gig, and he got asked to leave. And I guess he'd eaten too many plates full of food, and they brought him his check and said, it's time for you to go. And they were polite about it, and he was polite about it. But, what a dumb thing to make me mad. But if it's an all-you-can-eat place, I get it if you're taking plates of food and then not eating them. Like, okay, that's wasteful.
Right.
But don't you think you should be able to sit there all GD day and...
No.
No?
I don't think you should be sitting there all day, like, eating and then, like, waiting to get hungry again and eating again.
That's an exaggeration.
That's not okay.
But this guy was there for like an hour, and he just kept eating.
Yeah, I don't know what the time frame is, but I think there's a reasonable amount of time. What would you say? 2 hours, 3 hours? Because some people take a 2-hour dinner. You sit there and you chill and you go slowly and things like that. I don't know. Do you think they have, like, somewhere some kind of guidance that says, hey, You know, if it's more than a couple hours, we got to move them along, or if it's somewhere like hidden on a website page that is their terms
Yeah,
of
it
service.
seemed to be more about the number of plates and the amount of
Because if it
food.
says all you can eat, that's literally what you're telling me is come eat all I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how would you feel if we had like a potluck here at work and it's like, yeah, you can technically take as much as you want, but then somebody was just eating an insane amount of food. At a certain point, it's like you're being gluttonous and you're just taking this a step far. Like, yes, I say all you can eat, take as much as you want, but you are taking that and you're kind of abusing it.
Andrew?
Yeah, I would say that that's true. I don't think you should be able to like camp out at. I'm going somewhere for my anniversary later this week. That's a all you can eat type thing, but there's a strict timer on it.
Yeah.
You can have it's like
10 minutes.
go as crazy as they put you in a booth with a wind tunnel, you see, and there's French fries and chicken nuggets, and you just grab as much as you can
catch.
Grab as much as you can in 10 seconds.
You can catch it, you can eat it.
No, there's a strict time limit of an hour and a half, which I think is extremely generous.
Yeah.
And it's
I
go
agree.
crazy, eat as much as you want, order as much as you want, go nuts for a full hour and a half, which is enough time to literally eat your fill, get hungry again, and then eat your fill again.
Well, because I look at the phrase all you can eat kind of like I look at the phrase make yourself at home. Like you would,
Yeah.
you would say that to someone
Within
visiting.
limits.
And it's like, yeah, make yourself at home. But then you come out and they're like laying on your couch
Yeah.
with their hands in their pants.
Remember when we
If
told
you're like,
Yakov
whoa,
Smirnoff
make
to make
yourself
himself
a
at
little-
home?
Oh, yeah.
Is
And
it
he
not,
slept on the couch out there for 7 hours?
But is it not a bait and switch if it's literally not all you can eat? You're telling me come in and eat all you can eat.
They are making a gamble.
Yeah, that most people won't do it.
And on some people, they're going to lose their money.
Right. And but 90% of people, they're going to make money.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why they do it. It's like a casino. They know they're going to lose sometimes on those slot machines. Right. They don't care because they're going to make it off everybody else.
But, Rach, I agree it's gluttonous. I agree it's unattractive. You're probably kind of a douche. Sorry, the lady hates when I say that word. But if you're a human that can eat 10 plates full of food, eat 10 plates full of food.
Yeah. And again, I do think that there's a reasonable time frame. Like if you're there for 3 or 4 hours, you're abusing it. So I don't know if these places need to
for what
make
it's worth.
that a little more clear. Like, hey, if you're here past 2 hours, we're going to ask you to leave.
For what it's worth, if you can eat 10 plates in an hour, go crazy. That's fine. I just, I don't think that
you shouldn't have 3 meals there.
Yeah, you
Right,
shouldn't.
right.
You shouldn't make an afternoon out of it.
Yeah.
It's just a very American mindset
Yes.
of like,
Right.
hey, they said all you can eat, so I'm going full throttle.
It's
Like,
also,
okay, this is why we can't have anything nice, by the way.
It's also, though, a very capitalist trick to be like, all you can eat, maybe.
Isn't it funny?
Maybe.
Because
We're trying to get you in here, but once you're in here, we may change the rules a little
what's
bit.
interesting about that is you're both right. It is so American to, hey, hold my beer, watch how much I can eat. And yet it's so American to take advantage of people who think they're that person.
Yes.
We got it. Yeah, we got it going on
We
both
got
sides
it
of
on
that
both
argument.
sides. Tell you guys about the Gelman team. Mark and Neil Gelman, great guys, friends of mine, known them now for 18 years, been representing them for about 15 years. I've done a lot of philanthropic stuff with them. That is to say that they are great community members, very giving, very generous, good people. They have forgotten more about real estate than most real estate agents will ever know. They have a great team. They have a huge company behind them where they get their resources and their information. I promise you that you will go into a listing of your home with your home looking as good as it possibly can. They know exactly how to make your home the most attractive within the niche that you're trying to sell your home. They'll know everything about your town, your neighborhood, your street, your block. And they're excellent negotiators, even better communicators. I promise you, you won't be turning to your wife and saying, I haven't heard from the Gelmans in 2 weeks. I don't know what's going on. Constant communication. If you want to find out what they think your home is worth right now, go to the front page of thegelmanteam.com, put in your address, and we'll tell you. If you want to talk, 314-336-1991.
Certain restrictions apply.
On Saturday, May 16th,
Join KMOX and Grassroots Redeeming Love in commemorating 1 year since the historic EF3 tornado that devastated North St. Louis with a short morning of service. Volunteers will meet in the Kingsway East neighborhood from 9 to 11 to help clear tree limbs and trash. If interested in RSVPing for the cleanup or interested in donating to the effort, go to KMOX.com/events for more information.
Renewal by Andersen is the #1 window and door brand for customer service. Schedule your free inspection today. Call 877-WINDOWS. That's 877-WINDOWS. Or head to rbastl.com.
Celebrate Cinco de Mayo with Easy Cater, the best way to order great food from favorite restaurants for all your festivities. From April 27th through May 5th, every order placed earns you 1,000 bonus rewards points. From traditional favorites like enchiladas and mole to festive options like a build-your-own taco bar, even breakfast. Chilaquiles, anyone? Easy Cater makes food for Cinco de Mayo a cinch. Order now at easycater.com and get 1,000 bonus points on every order with promo code Cinco de Mayo 26. Restrictions apply. See offer details.
This is Congressman Bob Onder. Americans demanded border security, and House Republicans delivered. According to the Department of Homeland Security, for 10 consecutive months, U.S. Customs and Border Protection has reported 0 illegal aliens released at the border. I'm proud to have worked with the Trump administration to secure our southern border and uphold our immigration laws, and will keep fighting to advance strong policies that protect Missourians and keep America safe.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Right now, inflation is squeezing budgets, and global events can shake up the markets overnight. If you're close to retirement, you don't get unlimited do-overs, so this is not the time to just hope it works out. That's why Steve Auld and the team at the Auld Financial Group are hosting an upcoming educational seminar called Retirement Simplified, May 6th and May 7th. You'll learn how rising costs could drain your spending power, how political and economic headlines may impact your returns, and whether your retirement strategy is truly stress-tested for today's economy. This event is complimentary, and you must reserve your seat today. 636-230-8824. You can also get more details online at yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, or registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions. The Auld Financial Group is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the U.S. government or any other government agency.
I bet you no other radio station other than The Point has ever played Gaslight Anthem.
89.9, College Radio's best, baby.
Yup.
Great band.
Mm-hmm.
Really good live. Can't believe it, but the all-you-can-eat thing's still going on. Jeffrey says it doesn't mean eat as much as you can. It means eat all you want, as in everything is available.
Sir, there is not a difference to me in those two statements.
Well, I mean, it would be, if that were true, that would mean the restaurants are saying if you can, everything is available. Well, you can have like one of everything then. That's what it would mean. That's not what it means. It means you are allowed to eat as much. You can go to this buffet as many times as you can. That's what it means.
That's what I always took it to mean.
That's because it's what it means.
And that's part of the fun. Part of the fun.
Yeah.
Whether I was 10 at the Heritage House over in North County, man, that was something else. And or I haven't been to one in a while, but let me tell you something. Fat Dave, he could do some damage. Like when Nick was little, we would go, and this is so, it's going to sound so, it's going to sound like terrible parenting, but little Nick was not going to stop eating voluntarily. So he always ended up throwing up in the bathroom of Joy Luck. And I should have stopped him, but I'm like, he's his own person. So, yeah, we did
let
some
him
damage.
Learn.
Yeah, let him learn. We did some damage.
Sign says all you can eat.
The average bra size in the U.S. is now 34 double D. Average. According to sales data, that's a big jump from 40 years ago when the average was 34B.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So is that like just happening, or is that because of surgeries?
No, well, I don't know. I started to say no, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I do. I think people are just heavier now, and that can play into
okay. Yeah.
the size.
Good point.
I think Rach is probably more correct.
Yep.
Gourmand syndrome. Everyone ever heard of that?
I don't think
Gourmand.
so.
Gourmand.
Gourmand.
Yeah, like a
like you're
a foodie.
Like you're a gourmet. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It is a rare eating disorder that causes people to develop a passion for gourmet food to the point that they cannot eat anything else.
Hope you're rich.
That would suck.
That sounds super fake.
That's,
I'm sorry.
That's about as suspect as it gets.
That's like, what is that?
Affluenza.
Affluenza,
Yeah.
yeah.
Affluenza.
Like, I'm so rich, I only eat gourmet food, and now I can't eat anything else.
Sorry, I'm just too spoiled.
Yeah, Leo DiCaprio saying he's got a disease where he can only date 20-year-olds.
I just don't think older women are attractive. I'm
Robbing the
sorry.
cradleitis.
It's a mental disability I have.
I like this one. Gen Z is getting called the Christopher Columbus generation. Anyone know why?
Oh, I know
They're the
this.
first
they
to
discover
discover
everything.
everything.
Yeah, because they're the first.
Yes.
They keep discovering things that already
And then
exist.
rename a thing that's already got a
Yeah.
name.
I think
That's
that's
pretty
pretty
funny.
clever.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty much on the money, isn't it?
Yeah. I thought that was pretty great. An ex-Chick-fil-A employee has finally been arrested after a bizarre scheme where he snuck back behind the counter and refunded 800 mac and cheese orders to his own credit card worth $80,000.
What?
See,
You'll never catch me.
I know.
Your own credit card?
Who has
They won't notice this.
You don't think they're going to track that?
who has balls like that?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's balls so much as a lack of brains.
Think?
But then it's like, who is that stupid? How, like, this
Yeah.
person had a job. This person was
Yeah.
in society.
You could drive a car and be that stupid?
This person was making people's food
And
that they
he-
then ate.
He got away with it for quite a while.
Yeah,
What?
but I mean, at some
Really?
point, you know
Yeah.
that. I mean, like, some point you got to go. Somebody's going to be like, "Why are we refunding so many mac and cheeses?"
Oh, he didn't do it like all at once.
I don't think so.
I thought he had done it all at once.
Oh, then maybe I'm
I
incorrect.
could be wrong. I
You're
could
going
be
to get
wrong.
more likely to be caught when you do it in one big swath.
Oh yeah, of course.
Like, huh?
That's what I thought was so
But he's
stupid about it.
He's
Was that
refunding more than we sell.
yeah, exactly. He just went up there and was
What do you
like,
think- what do you think of
ching,
this?
ching, ching.
A married couple in Florida is facing felony charges after admitting to burning a $1,200 drone in their fire pit after discovering that it had mistakenly landed in their yard.
Probably don't do that.
See, I know,
Don't land your drone
I
in my
know
yard,
the
bro.
laws on that side, but let's go back to Wilson Street in South Roxana. If your drone lands in my yard, I mean, I would be a nice guy and say, "Hey, Larry," but also, what if they're spying on you?
I mean, if you have an issue, if you have a complaint, call the police. Don't just burn someone's property. If their car ended up on your lawn, are you going to burn their car?
You can tell which of us likes to play with drones and which of us doesn't.
Yeah.
Kevin's like, you better not destroy the drone. And I'm like, nah, hammer time.
As I've been telling you for months, FanDuel is an official sportsbook partner of KMOX. And right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if that first bet wins. That's right. Turn $5 into $150 in bonus bets just for getting started. FanDuel makes it easy to get closer to the action, from player props on your favorite stars to all the tools you need to back them up. It's everything you need, all in one app. Don't miss your shot. Go to FanDuel.com/Missouri to get started. FanDuel.com/Missouri. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. Play your game. Must be 21 or over and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com.
Let me tell you guys about Dr. Corey Solman, my orthopedic surgeon. He is a super nice guy, and that matters because when you are discussing something like getting a knee replacement or a hip replacement for you or your elderly loved one who may be really afraid of going under general anesthetic, or maybe it's for a young person who's like a little 12-year-old soccer player and tore an ACL or an MCL, and you want someone who can connect with them, not a cold fish, not a God complex surgeon, not someone who's just very cold and austere. That's Corey. He's very cool. He's very nice. He's very funny. He also happens to be one of the very best surgeons in the Midwest. I know so many doctors. As you know, I do lives for many, many doctors, and they send patients back and forth. And all the doctors I know, when someone comes in or they say, hey, by the way, my mom, I think she needs a knee replacement, always send them to Dr. Corey Solman. He's out in Chesterfield. When you call, make sure you let him know that you're from the show, because he and I are good buddies. 636-231-5881 or Solman, S-O-L-M-A-N, SolmanOrthopedics.com.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Spring is here in St. Louis, and if you're thinking about selling, now is the time, but timing is only a part of it. Hey, this is Kevin Wheeler. I'm here with Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. And Gloria, tell us, why is it still so important to choose the right realtor?
Simple. Not every home is selling fast or for top dollar. Here's the difference. I already have the buyers. With over 2,400 buyers in waiting, I'm not just listing your home. I'm matching it with demand. That's how I offer my guaranteed sale program. We sit down, agree on the price and timeline, and if your home doesn't sell, I'll buy it myself. But my goal isn't to buy your home, it's to sell it for the most money possible in the least amount of time. And that's exactly what my system does. My clients don't have to hope their home sells. I guarantee it.
If you're selling your home this spring, call the one I trust. That's Gloria Liu, 314-325-6888, or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. That's GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession.
News, talk, cards. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 2 o'clock, it is a cloudy sky. Right now, 55 degrees. The feels like is 46 downtown at the Arch. The latest on tensions between the U.S. and Iran in the Strait of Hormuz.
The U.S. military says 2 American-flagged merchant ships have successfully transited the Strait of Hormuz after it launched a new initiative to restore traffic. Iran has effectively closed the critical waterway since the U.S. and Israel launched the war in late February. President Donald Trump's new initiative to break Iran's stronghold over the strait has escalated the standoff. In a news conference, Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Esmail Baghei said ships in the key waterway need to coordinate with Iranian authorities to ensure their security and safety. The U.S. military denied Iran's claims that it had struck an American Navy vessel. Meanwhile, the United Arab Emirates issued its first missile alert since a ceasefire reached in early April and accused Iran of targeting an oil tanker. I'm Karen Shamas.
St. Louis City budget meetings have begun, and there are questions about the police department pension system, in addition to how much money the state-controlled Board of Police Commissioners is asking for.
The Board of Police Commissioners did not go before the Budget and Public Employees Committee, and that has Alderman Michael Browning alarmed because of unfunded liabilities of $534 million, and that doesn't include the retiree health benefit. City Budget Director Paul Payne explained what happened with state control.
But not only were those grandfathered employees who were always covered, but it meant that anyone hired since going back to 2013 is now eligible. So that added a significant increase in the liabilities.
Payne says this is strictly pay as you go.
It's whatever the health insurance premium bills are, estimated $16 million next year.
Payne says what's alarming is that has gone up and will continue to. Maria Aquina, KMOX News.
A man who had been missing from Chesterfield for nearly a month has been found dead. The body of 54-year-old Kevin Weldy was recovered from the Missouri River by St. Louis police, according to Chesterfield police, and the medical examiner has confirmed his identification. Investigators say there are no signs of foul play. Weldy was last seen near Highway 40 and Boone's Crossing early morning, April 7th. His phone had been turned off. His vehicle was later located, but the search for him stretched on for weeks. Nationwide access to abortion pills is again in legal limbo. A federal appeals court last week restricted sales of mifepristone without an in-person doctor visit. The Supreme Court has decided to allow mail order or telehealth prescriptions to continue in the short term. What's it all mean for patients?
This is Megan Lynch. KMOX's Total Information AM asked SLU health law professor Michael Sinha where this leaves providers.
So in theory, they continue to be able to prescribe mifepristone through the mail. But again, we have a lot of these state bans in Louisiana, Missouri, and in other places, and essentially what they mean is even if there is a federal legal right to prescribe the medication, the state regulates the practice of medicine, and so the state actually decides that there is no legal shipment.
Sinha says it's hard to tell if the high court will take up the full case now or send the matter back to lower courts. That could delay a final ruling until after the midterm elections.
The Dow from Stifel's up 356 points to 49,298. We've got some road work on 70 going west at Florissant, and that's at the left exit. Stalled vehicle, 70 going west at Bryan Road.
The big deal this afternoon, winds turning to the northwest, and our temperatures will be slowly dropping. By the time the sun goes down, we're in the low 50s, and there'll still be some showers and some thunderstorms around from time to time, and quite breezy. Tonight, a couple of showers and thunderstorms linger. It's a chilly 46, though. Wednesday, maybe a spot leftover shower first thing in the morning, otherwise partly sunny and chilly on Wednesday. 58 degrees going down to 42 Wednesday night. Thursday, sunny and 65. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Right now it is a cloudy sky. We've got 55, feels like 46 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Giddy up! Cardinal Cowboy for Team Renner here, America's oldest family-owned garage door company serving both wholesale and retail markets. Free repair or replacement quotes and $100 off a new garage door.
RENNER. The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX 205. Looking forward to Dave Murray at 3:35 because I have tickets to the ball game tonight, and what I know is it's going to be like 46 degrees game time and rainy. I think we could be off tomorrow. I think tonight could be a rain out.
You think it could be a doubleheader?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would they do that? Is that typically what they do?
No, it would definitely be within the range of things to do because it's a 3-game series.
Okay.
And, they play tomorrow. But tomorrow is a day game.
12:15, yeah.
They would probably want, I'm guessing it would be less than ideal. And keeping in mind that the Cardinals and Brewers play a lot because they're in the same division, the Brewers will come back to St. Louis.
Okay.
They could do it then, but it depends on that series, right? Are there off days, anything like that? So,
gotcha.
Yeah, a little bit less urgent when it's a team that is coming back to town.
Would you eat perpetual stew?
Oh my gosh, I am obsessed with
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, what
You wanna
is
explain
perpetual
it?
stew?
So perpetual stew is there's this one perpetual stew guy that I watch on the dreaded TikTok.
Wait, there's more than one?
I mean everybody. Not everybody makes perpetual stew. Everybody can make perpetual stew.
Okay.
Anyone can do it. But a perpetual stew, as I understand it, is like a stew that you start cooking on your slow cooker, your hot pot, and you are not a hot pot, just a slow cooker. Those are two different things. I'm sorry, I'm not doing a very good job of explaining this, am I? Anyway, so it's a stew that you make
to call you out
in your slow cooker, and you're just constantly eating and then refreshing it with like new and different ingredients. You're trying out new things. So you're scooping up the perpetual stew to eat that day, and then you're pouring in a little more like water or broth. And, maybe you put in some mushrooms and you put in some new meat to tenderize and cook in the juices.
Keep it simmering for days, weeks, or even months.
And you just never take it off the heat. And it's just always cooking nonstop forever.
Sure, I'd eat some.
And it looks foul. And he's always using words to describe it, like the other day he referred to something as the flavor as insidious. Like he's like, the flavor of this was a mistake. I shouldn't have put that in. It ended up being much more insidious than normal. And I'm like, that's not a flavor. That's evil. That's how you describe a demon.
So what's the allure of the perpetual stew? Like, why do people want it?
Wow, that's such a good question that I don't have an answer to. This guy does it because he just seems to be a total weirdo. But I guess theoretically, I have heard that perpetual stews used to be, and I learned this from like a cooking video that I watched, used to be kind of a thing back in like medieval times.
Yes.
And so like you'd go to the inn and they'd just have a big pot of stew on the fire cooking, and it would basically be cooking at all times.
Yeah.
So whenever somebody rolled in with their horse hungry off the road, and they go,
sounds so cozy.
I need some food. You just dish them. You don't have to cook them a stew. You just dish it up out of the thing that's in the middle.
Guys, I just found this. There is a restaurant in Thailand that has had this broth simmering for 47 years.
Damn.
Wow.
But those are some deep flavors.
Yeah. Or is it just like, I don't know. The reason I'm kind of like not liking the idea because it feels like everything would just taste like everything, and that's weird.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like it would be hard to. Because he puts a lot of the same stuff in.
Like, if
he
it's
puts a lot
always
of, like,
the same
pork
thing,
chops.
like it's always like a beef stew, that's different to me than, hey, some days it's fish and some days it's chicken. Because that, I don't know, it feels like after a while it's all going to taste the same.
Colorado will ban pet stores from selling dogs and cats starting on January 1st. Thoughts?
I thought I didn't know pet stores were really that much of a thing anymore. Like, I thought most places couldn't sell dogs and cats. That's how you ended up with like backyard breeders and.
I don't know. I grew up with Pass Pets at the mall.
Sure.
Which was a huge deal.
Oh yeah.
I'm cool with this idea because buying a pet is not something you should do on a whim. You shouldn't be at the mall and see a cute puppy and just get it. You should plan for it. Because that's how dogs end up being turned back into rescues or being given up to shelters and things like that, because you didn't think about it. You just saw the cute puppy, and then the cute puppy is cute, and then they get crazy, and they bite things, and they eat things, and they tear things up, and eventually become a big-ass dog. And if you didn't plan for it, and you're not ready for it, you probably shouldn't get one.
Yeah. Good thoughts.
Yeah.
So, Kev, there is an update on the White House ballroom.
Yes.
And will you take us through the history and then let us know where we are?
We'll just do a little TikTok on this, not the video, but a step by step, a little timeline, if you will, because the Senate Judiciary Committee yesterday requested $1 billion in taxpayer money for the ballroom that was supposed to not be any taxpayer money.
Yeah, originally it was
right?
$300 to $400 million.
No, yeah, originally it was 200.
Right.
And then that went up to 300 and that went up to 400. But all that time, it was supposed to be privately funded. And we understand that because of the president's own words. In September, it was, I'm paying for it. The country's not. In October, this is paid for 100% by me and some friends of mine. In December, it was, quote, free of charge. In February, it was no charge to the taxpayer whatsoever. In March, it was zero taxpayer dollars. And now, by the request of people in Congress, it's $1 billion. Now, it's not all for the ballroom, right? It's for some of the security structure underneath. It's for the bunker. It's to redo some things. Again, if that stuff needed to happen, it should have gone through the congressional process to begin with. But why is it $1 billion now? What changed in the last month? I mean, I know the shooting attempt happened, but that wasn't at the White House.
Well, also, what happened to the private funding?
Right.
I've never heard a single explanation.
Did someone rescind their funding? Like, what's going on?
I think Congress has objected to it being privately funded, which I think is correct. It shouldn't be. This shouldn't be something that people do as a favor for the most powerful person on earth.
So we have to pay for it?
Listen, I get it.
I don't want to.
Guys, that's why it was dark genius for him to knock down the
because
East
now
Wing.
now it has to be done.
Yes.
And now it
doesn't put up a tarp.
And now
I don't care.
And now it's a security concern, not just an appearance or a gathering place. And again, I find the security part of it to be compelling, but why wasn't that the focus from day one? And here's why. Because doing it that way, it might not have gotten done and would have led to things like, no, we're not putting a ballroom there. We're just going to redo the security part. We don't need a ballroom. But because if it had to go through congressional approval and everybody had to sell that to their constituents, it would have been a much harder process rather than just doing it. You start the construction, you're like, whoops, now we have to do it.
Okay, why is it that you think the security thing is an issue now?
Oh, I don't think it's new. I'm saying if you had sold me on that from the beginning, explaining, hey, this hasn't been updated in 35 years, and we need to do this. We can't tell you everything because it's got to be secret, but we're behind. We need infrastructure to be redone in a bunker. I can be sold on that. But you need to tell us that from the beginning if that's the original goal. But did you ever hear a word about that at the beginning? It was all about a ballroom. It was all about a place to hold events. And I'm not sure I understand the constant. Well, I do. I understand the constant morphing.
I have an idea. Just don't build the ballroom. No one person
do the security
ever
thing
in
and
the
no
history
ballroom.
of humanity has ever needed a ballroom. A ballroom is kind of the definition of above and beyond.
Because the concern.
So just don't do the ballroom and then take whatever, hopefully a far less sum of money and make the necessary security upgrades. But I don't get why it's like all of a sudden we need all this extra stuff. Is the White House at risk?
I don't know. But again, there are times where, say, Air Force One needs to be upgraded. There are times where a military base might need, and this is a secure location. You can sell me on that, but don't give me the bait and switch like we talked about earlier. Don't be like, it's a privately funded ballroom. Stop your whining. And then, oh, yeah, we need $1 billion of your money because now it's a security concern. Look, I'm sorry, but an off-site attempt at a shooting is not an argument for more security at the White House.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
I mean, like, those are separate things. It doesn't mean that there isn't something needed at the White House. But what makes everybody upset is the bait and switch, where it's free, and then nope, it's $1 billion. But personally, I would rather taxpayers pay the money than people who don't have to tell us who they are.
I need them
rather
to
than
prove
be that
it's
than
absolutely necessary.
Number
Because
one, you're right on that.
It says the project includes underground medical facilities. What's wrong with Walter Reed? Why do we need to go underground? And then we never know when the president is seeing the doctor.
They have a doomsday bunker, and if that's part of that, again, all you got to do is give us the details, and then we can decide. But I'm with you, Rach. Number one, that should be the thing. Is it necessary? Tell us how and why it's necessary. Number two, I would much rather it be paid for by the public than by private interest because they're not just giving that money because they're happy and nice. They're doing it to buy influence. That's what, and nobody's giving hundreds of millions of dollars just out of the goodness of their heart. And if they are, they need to be named and we need to know about it. And it can't be anybody from outside the country because that's another big question about whether that private funding was going to come from here. If it was going to be, wasn't there a bit of it where it was supposed to be like Larry Summers? Mm-hmm. Well, Larry Summers just oversaw this huge merger in the media companies. So who is to think that that's not, hey, do me a favor, we'll do you a favor. And it may not be that, but that's what it looks like. And you have to avoid those appearances. So in a sense, if it's necessary, then it is something that taxpayers should pay for. But then we should turn around and take those really rich dudes and, I don't know, maybe they make them pay taxes.
It just feels like we went from like you said, completely unnecessary thing to now it's like, well, we have two options.
Yeah.
Look, it's getting built. So who do you want to pay for it? Taxpayers or the rich people? And it's like, quite frankly, I would have liked to have weighed in on this.
Yeah.
Before now, it feels like you got to make a choice. It's one of two choices. And it's like, no, it actually isn't. The choices are infinite. We don't have to do any of this.
Yeah, well, and this started as a $200 million project, and now it's $1 billion.
You know what I don't
and
get?
that was in the fall, so that wasn't 5 years ago. It was in the fall, and it's multiplied the cost times 5.
Here's what really pisses me off. I am currently in DMV hell. Okay, everyone listening has been there.
Yeah.
The DMV exists to tell you no, you can't register your car. Nothing about the DMV is built to help you. It's a bunch of sour people waiting for you to come in so that they can find the one piece of paper that you don't have. Why is it that process is so friggin' important when it's the peons that you can go riding dirty for weeks and get tickets and pay fines because the DMV are such sticklers, but the president can just literally bulldoze the East Wing?
Yeah, and then it's up to, we have to solve it because now it's a problem.
Yes.
I didn't create the problem.
Yeah.
If I come in here and I take a hammer and I smash up the board, and then I'm like, oh, Odyssey, you got to pay for a new board. Something tells me the higher ups are not going to be like too happy about that. But for whatever reason, when it comes to this subject, we all seem to lose our minds and go like, oh no, we got to do the new thing because it's broken. It's like he broke it. We could have just left it. It's not my fault that there is a hole in the East Wing right now. I didn't do that. None of us did. So just put up a tarp and we'll deal with it later.
It's a similar concept to the Biden thing, the student loan forgiveness thing. That wasn't decided by us. That wasn't voted upon. That wasn't decided by Congress. It wasn't done. They just decided to do it, which we would perceive as just a political thing, right, to get people to vote for them. And the cost of that was going to be $300 billion. And they were like, no, you can't do that. And then they still found other ways to do versions of it. It's the same idea.
Yeah.
And it's just happening over and over again.
I agree. Tell you guys about my friend John Moriarty at E3 Wealth. If you are a business owner, maybe you know one, you might want to give him a heads up on John. But I have known many successful people, lawyers and doctors and business owners. And one thing holds true. No one is good at everything. And a lot of the smartest, most successful, wealthiest people I personally know have huge blind spots. They're great at being a doctor, but they're terrible at this. They're great at being a lawyer, but they never file their taxes. Like it happens all the time. So don't feel bad. If you are a successful business owner or entrepreneur, but you struggle finding a financial planner or a business coach that really gets what you do, that matches your personality, that matches your level of aggression with avoiding taxes and such, have a cup of coffee with John Moriarty. He is a very quiet, polite, professional, unassuming human. But he has this huge, encyclopedic knowledge of taxes and investments and how you sell a business and how you buy a business. I think he really could be a great fit for so many of you out there. So just go to e3wealth.com, give John a call, have a cup of coffee, see what you think.
Have you ever felt like you were living just a B or B plus life? It's so dangerous to live that, more dangerous than a B minus or a C plus life, because when you're living a B or B plus life, you don't change it. You think it's good enough. Is it? I'm Susie Welch. I host a podcast called Becoming You. People think, okay, an A plus life is not available to me, but there is a way. We are all in the process of becoming ourselves. Listen to Becoming You wherever you get your podcasts.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
You know, here in St. Louis, word of mouth still matters, and I'm pretty careful about who I recommend, especially when it comes to something as personal as estate planning. I'm Tom Ackerman. My family has been working with the Lederman Law Firm for over 20 years now, and the reason is simple. They don't just create documents and send you on your way. They help make sure your plan works. Because let's be honest, life changes. Family needs and circumstances change. Laws change. But most estate plans don't change over time as needs, circumstances, and laws change. They're outdated, sitting in a drawer. People assume they're fine, and their plan will work when they need it to work. At the Lederman Law Firm, it's not a one-time transaction. It's an ongoing process. They build a plan to protect your family and your assets, and then for a fixed annual fee, they help keep it up to date as both your life and assets change. Check out the Lederman Law Firm at LedermanLaw.com or give them a call at 314-514-9100. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements. It's Tom Ackerman for Ophthalmology Associates, the doctor's doctors, 314-966-5000 or online at youridoc.com.
If your retirement plan is mostly what if and a little fingers crossed, you deserve better answers than that. Check out Wealth and Wisdom Saturdays at 7 a.m. here on KMOX. I'm Gary Goldberg. Call 800-966-1690.
Proudly serving St. Louis for over 100 years. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Keep it rolling, sister.
This is making me hungry. You know why?
I do. You want some chicken wings?
I do, man. Probably never going to have them again.
Andrew, you know this song?
No.
The Hooters. It's before your time.
Okay.
No reason you should know it.
Okay.
Except that it's a total jam.
And it was the Hooters theme?
No. The band is called the Hooters.
Oh, okay.
I'm so sad about the Hooters down here closing because I would go there because it was near work, and I would go with you guys.
Yeah. We would also go because it was near work. That was really the only reason.
But, I'm probably not going to have Hooters again, you know. There was, a special series of circumstances that led to me going to the Hooters that have now been eliminated.
And my memory of it is that you were very suspicious.
I was very anti-Hooters. I was like, they just want to go to look at girls. I bet those wings don't even taste good. And then I went, and I'm like, this place rocks. These are some of the best wings.
Yeah, it's really
and these
good.
girls are so nice.
You went because you thought we wanted to stare at the women, but really we just wanted to stare at the guy who looked like Saddam Hussein.
Oh, my God. No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good times.
No one's ever looked more like Saddam.
We really wanted to go because we were thinking about the see something, say something rule.
I hope he's not listening because he's probably like, damn.
He knows.
Kev,
yes,
you are not wrong with your perception that Costco is more crowded.
Okay.
It's 20% more crowded in the last 5 years.
Oh, because people are realizing this is where I can save some money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't blame anybody for that. Just don't stop in the aisle, please.
It's
just move to the side. If you're going to get the sample, stay out of everybody's way. It's not that hard.
Despite the crowds, it still manages to be a pretty good experience. And I think
It
I
runs
figured out
pretty
why.
well, yeah.
Now, I haven't been to Costco in a while, but I go to Sam's fairly often. And Kevin, does Costco have the thing right now where you can basically scan and pay for everything yourself without even having to wait in line?
Yeah.
Because that is sweet. That is a good deal. Every grocery store should have that.
Hey, guys, want to do the top 10 Star Wars characters of all time?
Yeah.
Sure.
See if they leave out any of the real 10.
This will be fun. This will be fun because I'm going to have to
do my best to pronounce names I've never seen. Okay. Number 10, this one surprised me. Number 10, Chewbacca.
Okay.
That's
I thought he'd be higher.
Yeah, I agree.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be a
I don't
little
care
higher.
for Chewbacca.
He doesn't do much.
Oh, you
really.
just shut your mouth.
He doesn't move my meter.
You shut your mouth.
Get ready to
Shut up.
get ready to laugh. Number 9, Din Djarin.
Yeah, Din Djarin. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Close enough.
He's Baby Gorko's dad.
Yeah, Baby Gorko.
I thought Carl was Baby Gorko's
And number
dad.
1, Baby Gorko.
No, Carl wishes he was Baby
That
Gorko's
is the
dad.
Mandalorian.
Number 7, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
All right.
That's not how you say that name.
Shut up. Number 6, Ashoka Tano.
Ahsoka, yeah, but close.
Yeah, see, this is...
Is that a girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
That's
Girl
Obi-Wan's girlfriend, right?
Girl Jo-
no, that was
not really.
Anakin's apprentice, played by Ashley Eckstein, wife of Cardinals pitcher David
In
Eckstein.
the in the cartoon. I think it's Rosario Dawson in the
Yeah,
Mandalorian.
correct.
Yeah.
Number 5, Yoda.
All right.
Number
Yoda.
4,
What
Luke.
about Yoda?
Who?
Luke.
Oh, Luke. Only 4.
Number 3, Leia.
Okay.
Number 2, Han Solo.
Sure.
Number 1, Darth/Anakin.
Yeah, well, you don't slash Anakin. Nobody likes Anakin. People like Darth.
Who took more crap? The kid who played little Anakin or what's his face?
No, Hayden Christensen did.
Okay.
Because at least the kid was just a kid.
Yeah, but that kid got messed up.
No,
Yeah,
he
the
did.
kid
He did.
like left Hollywood forever and
Yeah.
like has mental health
Yeah.
problems.
Oh,
Yeah,
poor guy.
and that happened to what's the name of the guy who played Jar Jar? Kevin?
I don't know the guy. Yeah.
I know, I can't remember his name. I wanted to say I cannot think of his name.
That's okay.
It's okay. We
No one cares.
See, notice Jar
But
Jar
the same
not,
thing-
not one of the top 10.
But the same thing happened to him. It just like completely like, you know, like Ewan McGregor and Liam Neeson and some other people. They're lucky that it did not completely destroy their careers the way that it did these poor young people.
It is 2:28 p.m. and this time check is brought to you by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
New tax resolution firms are popping up every day with high-paid celebrity endorsers, advertising ridiculous claims in their TV ads. That's why they have the tiny, unreadable disclaimers at the bottom of the screen. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm. Our ads never have those ridiculous, fast-talking, tiny disclaimers at the end because, simply put, there are no guarantees when it comes to the IRS and wiping out tax bills. And we don't make promises we can't keep. Of course, there are ways the Lance Drury Law Firm can help resolve your tax debt, but no company can guarantee it will eliminate it. This is why their clients call the Lance Drury Law Firm when those promises don't pan out. If you have tax problems, you have legal problems, call me, Lance Drury in St. Louis, at 314-260-6120 or visit Lance, D-R-U-R-Y, law.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Spring cleaning rule number 1, out with the old, in with the new. And frankly, your family's old internet connection is a dinosaur. Upgrade to the 1 gig modern family standard from i3 Broadband. It's 100% true in-home fiber with equal upload and download speeds, so your teenager's gaming won't crash your video call. Even better, we're currently offering our longest price guarantees ever on our gig speed internet services. Say goodbye to exploding promo prices and hello to budget certainty. Visit i3broadband.com/radio and start your spring off right.
Here's Dave Murray's weather forecast.
The big deal this afternoon, winds turning to the northwest, and our temperatures will be slowly dropping. By the time the sun goes down, we're in the low 50s, and there'll still be some showers and some thunderstorms around from time to time, and quite breezy. Tonight, a couple of showers and thunderstorms linger. It's a chilly 46, though. Wednesday, maybe a spot leftover shower first thing in the morning, otherwise partly sunny and chilly on Wednesday. 58 degrees, going down to 42 Wednesday night. Thursday, sunny and 65. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Honey, I found the one.
Oh, I thought I was the one.
Oh, you are, but this one's certified, background check, shows up on time, and can install all the ceiling fans.
Heating, cooling, electrical, and plumbing. Trusted pros who do it right.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-700-6898. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-700-6898. That's 800-700-6898. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898.
Your ride home just got a lot less of this and a lot more of this.
The 3-2 pitch with the runner going, a swing and a high fly ball. Deep left field, and it's a gunner.
Kevin Wheeler, Matt Pauley, Bernie Miklasz. 3 voices, 1 hour. All Cardinals. The Redbird Rush Hour delivers.
Sponsored by Busey Bank. Building community with Busey Bank. Beyond the game.
The Redbird Rush Hour. Weeknights at 5 on the voice of the Cardinals. KMOX.
Our conversation with Ricky Horton is sponsored by Rawlings. Visit the Rawlings Experience at Westport.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Happy Tuesday. Kind of gloomy. Time to talk to our pal Ricky Horton. Hey, Rick.
Yeah, gloomy no more because we're chatting, Dave. All is well.
That's right. There's my buddy. Our mutual friend Derek Gould was on with Chris Namey this morning, and they had a really interesting conversation that I wanted to have with you guys. And it was basically anyone who cares about the Cardinals knows that we're rebuilding, retooling, whatever you want to call it. So far, it's been very successful and very fun, but it's just, like a month in. But they were talking about what if at the trade deadline, we're competing. Like, we could get a wild card. We could even go maybe for the division. It's just been a crazy year. Do you stick to the Heim Bloom? You're thinking about the long term. Let's say Dustin May really comes into his own and he's a good trade bait. Do you trade him or you go for the playoffs?
Well, I think it's a great conversation, and I think it's hard to know the answer to it right now, but I think I guess I would say it's always on the table, because the way I look at what Heimer's always said about this rebuild is he's not going to sacrifice the short term, but he doesn't know how long the short term is, really. I mean, it could be faster, and he actually said this in spring training, it could be faster than you think. Now, I don't think he was talking about 2026 when he said that. I think he was more talking about next year as opposed to the year after that. But I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of things – where's the labor stuff going at the moment, and how much do the Cardinals really feel like they want to spend money? And I think a lot of factors are going to be involved in that. But I think, it is certainly on the table.
Yeah, it really does depend on your positioning, right? Like, if you're solidly in the first or second wild card spot and you got a couple of games, I can see where you'd be like, you know what, we're just going to hold. Right. Because unless somebody comes to you and says, here's a top 100 prospect for Dustin May, which is not likely given that he's a 2-month rental, right? I mean, it's just not necessarily the way that the trade market's going to work. But if you're bad, Ricky, you'll say, hey, we'll take a lottery ticket for the guy in that case. But I think when you get to the deadline, if you're in it, you probably just don't sell unless it's like a Godfather offer.
Yeah, so you're on mile 5 of the marathon, and the probably mile 17 is when the trade deadline hits. So a lot can happen between now and then, and obviously one big variable in this whole deal is who's injured for you, and who's injured for the Cubs, and who's injured for the Brewers, who's injured for the Reds. So injuries are going to be a big factor in this. By the time we get to that,
yeah, no question. And some of the things we don't know yet will be, how do the next 2 months go when it comes to the guys down at Memphis and Springfield?
Yeah.
Does Quinn Matthews start throwing a lot of strikes and look like a guy that can get people out in the big leagues? there are plenty of
Baez.
things that you just got to.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
Josh Baez is part of the picture? Is Luis Gastelum? Is he a part of the bullpen? And does that allow you to trade Ryan Stanek? Whatever. Yeah.
So where I am right now with this guy, here's my summary. I was thinking about this today. It's like you're in college and the cutest girl that you've ever seen is interested in you. You don't really know why. You didn't see it coming, but you just kind of say, you know what? I'm going to take this one day at a time and enjoy it. Honestly, I feel like that's where I am with the Cardinals right now. It's kind of like I don't want to look too far ahead. I just want to enjoy it. And by the way, the cutest girl in my college did kind of have some interest in me, and we've been married for 43 years. So
there you go.
Look what he just did,
Yeah,
ladies
he
and
just brought it
gentlemen.
all the way back around.
Man, that was artistic.
And you know what? Anne's not even sitting next to me or listening right now. So anyway.
We'll let her know.
Oh, that's great.
That's funny.
That's great.
You know, it's interesting, Rick. I was thinking about it over the weekend and a little bit yesterday. What's different? And I know people, and Ken Rosenthal touched on it. People have talked about it. The older players not being there and the younger players kind of having like having it be theirs. We touched on that a little last week. I think it's a lot more baseball than it is symbolic like that. This is now a team that went from bottom of the barrel in home runs to top 5 in Major League Baseball in home runs. Now, will that last? We don't know. But this is a baseball thing. This is Jordan Walker becoming an impact hitter. This is J.J. Weatherholt being an upgrade over an already good player in Brendan Donovan. This is Nathan Church bringing more athleticism. And you think about the power and the athleticism, because, look, Newt's an athlete, but he was hurt a lot last year. Donovan's an athlete, but was hurt a lot last year. So you've taken a couple of spots, third base and others, that were like slower and not as athletic, and now those are athletic positions, and you've added home runs. I mean, I think that's baseball. That's not, just clubhouse culture.
And I think what we've become, and I noticed it last night very clearly, we've become the recent Milwaukee Brewers in a way. I mean, there's some power in their team, but they play a little small ball. They play kind of a combination, and they defend really well. And they're a bunch of young guys that are freed up to just play hard, play fun, have fun, go after it. I feel like the freeing up part is something I've seen since first day of spring training. I also think that somewhere we're going to have to start kind of giving a round of applause for John Mozeliak too, because he handed over some of what the direction that we're going in to Heim, and Heim's done a great job with it. But I don't think Mo made sure that we hired more people. That was one of the things that happened at the end of his watch too. And I think the fact that we have more coaches in the dugout and in the clubhouse, helping these young players develop, I think that's an underrated part of what's happening.
And I know it's maybe less exciting for the people in our audience that are older than 40, but a lot of that tech is something that the younger generations grow up with. And having that accessible and having them get the feedback that they've always gotten and getting it even better, because you're getting it from major league coaches using this awesome technology that can show you, kind of frame by frame where things need to be. All that coming together can explain a lot.
Yeah, I think we've learned, and other teams have learned this, that the addition of some tech people and some assistant coaches, throw them all in a pot.
Yeah.
And that's going to be cheaper than 2 free agents out on the market that are older, that you want to provide leadership for your team, and they're not performing anymore. And I think that's where we are.
Great point.
Is it just me, or is this the first 6 weeks of the season been a really weird 6 weeks across the MLB?
Oh, yeah.
Good teams playing terrible. Yeah. It's been odd.
Yeah, the Mets would be a prime example of that. The Mets spent a lot of money and they're out of the gate struggling big time. And I think Pittsburgh playing well, Cincinnati playing well. I think that was kind of expected. Although I would not have expected that the Central Division in the National League would be the strongest division. That is strange. There's no question about it. I think there's some things that are true to form, but I mean, you know what? That's always true about a baseball season, though, because it's reality programming. It's not canned. It's not scripted. It's not written. You just don't know what's going to happen, and that's the part of the fun of it.
Yeah, if you had talked about these things in beginning of spring training, nobody would have said that Boston would be in last place, that the Mets would be in last place, that the Giants would be 7 games under 500, that the Orioles and Blue Jays would be losing teams. that the Astros would be 8
The
games
Phillies.
under 5. The Phillies, yeah, the Phillies have been awful and lately been better since the coaching and the manager change. But yeah,
Right. Yeah, and so it's always like that. It's like the first week of the season, you say who's the rookie of the year candidate. I mean, my stock answer is ask me in 4 months.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's not who you think it's going to be, and it might not even be somebody we've ever even heard of yet. I mean, they may come up a month into the season and just figure it out. And I mean, who would say we'd be talking about Jordan Walker the way we're talking about Jordan Walker? And I mean, good for him. I'm so excited for him that he's found his way.
Rick, how are you feeling about the rotation in the pen?
Well, the rotation, the last 9 starts, the Cardinals' rotation ERA is under 3. It wasn't that at the beginning, but they've gotten settled. They're much better. The bullpen has got kind of ups and downs, and that it still needs some work to be throwing strikes. Riley O'Brien, I like him at the end. I like JoJo. Everybody else is kind of working at it, and so there's I think one of the values of us having the ability to score late, as the Cardinals have, it's kind of John Rooney brought it up on the broadcast. It's kind of masked some of the late inning problems that we've had with the bullpen because we're scoring late, which we did again last night.
Yeah, the fascinating thing, Rick, is that the guys that are struggling in the bullpen specifically have great stuff. Like, Matt
right.
Sponson and Ryan Stanek are 98 to 100, and they have great stuff, but it's the old school, right? It's walks. You can't get through innings late when you're walking multiple guys, and all of those guys are walking like 7, 8, 9 guys per 9 innings.
Yeah, so I think the last 2 starts that we've seen, pretty good indication that, or 2 of the last few starts that we've seen, where Michael McGreevy went a whole game, didn't strike anybody out, but went 6 innings, didn't give up a run against the Dodgers.
Right.
And then the next night, they got a guy that pitches to us, 0 strikeouts in the entire game for him. And what did we get? 2 hits or 3 hits off of him and no runs in 6 innings. So there's still room for somebody to miss a bat without not miss a bat completely, but miss the fat part of the bat. And there's a trick to that. That's pitching. There's an art to that. It's not easy to do it, but it can be done with late movement and well-timed pitch selection. And those guys did it. It's possible to do that. So stuff is a thing, and you'd rather have it than not. But you still, even with stuff, you have to miss bats.
Yeah.
Rick, I have a Dave question for you. Skubal is going to be out for a couple of months for some surgery, cleaning out some loose bodies in his elbow. And I've always wondered, I'm one of those guys, I am definitely Jack Glover's son. If I miss a day of work because I literally have the flu, I feel so guilty. And when you guys are professional athletes and you have an injury and you're going to be out for several weeks, several months, do most guys, you think, feel guilty, or that's just part of the deal?
Yes.
And secondly, does the front office ever make anyone feel guilty? Like, oh, hello, Scooble, good to see you, that kind of thing.
Well, those are both great questions, 2 different thoughts, but I'm going to start with the second part of that is front offices don't do that. I mean, they know that that's not in their best interest, number one. They may kind of say, we should get ready faster because they're feeling the pressure of not having you perform and they're under the gun for having made the decision to give you all that money in the first place. But I can answer the other one out of absolute certainty because I have several friends, several people that I've known that had multi-million-dollar deals, got hurt, couldn't play. I guarantee you they did not have as much fun with that as everybody thinks. Oh, wouldn't it be great to have a $10 million contract and not have to play? No, it's It's not great. It is not, because you're not doing what you love to do. Everybody wants to earn their money, I think. If you're a professional athlete, you want to earn your money. You don't want a gift. And so, yes, guilt is a part of that.
Yeah, and I would imagine too, Rick, from the guys that I've spoken to, and obviously not at the professional level, but even at the college level and the minor league level, you don't want to let your teammates down either.
Yeah. Well, you don't. And now the other part of that is I haven't known anybody that's really in a hurry to give the money back. I mean, I don't know that happens. I mean, guilt only takes you but so far.
That's right.
But I do think you feel disconnected from your teammates. If you miss a week's worth of a season, you come back off the injured list. You miss all the inside jokes. You feel like you have to reconnect with your team, essentially.
Ricky, let's get out to Whitmore, your next homestand, buddy.
Oh, let's do it. I'd love it.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right, Nat. See ya.
Cardinals fans, this is Ricky Horton. Have you ever had a dream of meeting your favorite former Cardinals? You can make those dreams come true all season long with St. Louis Cardinals alumni experiences. You can join me and other former Cardinals players at events including Cardinals Conversations, Fans at Bat, Turn 2 with Ozzy, Cardinals Kids Clinics, and Cardinals Fantasy Camps. Don't miss your chance to make lifelong memories. Visit cardinals.com/alumni for more information.
If you're craving baseball conversations about your favorite players, alumni, and franchise memories, you'll love that Cardinals Magazine is dedicated to the stories that matter most to you. From Gold Gloves to championship rings, from the Wizard and Willie to Albert, Yachty, Uncle Charlie, and well beyond. Their careers define our pages. Treat yourself or a friend to a subscription today at cardinals.com/magazine. Cardinals Magazine, past, present, and future, it's all here.
Many times, a person hires a law firm after an injury without doing research. It can be a big mistake or not. Sometimes, after you have hired a certain lawyer, you realize you made a certain mistake. But guess what? Just because you hire them doesn't mean you can't fire them. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you think you've hired the wrong firm, you may have. So do this. Google Morgan & Morgan results or visit forthepeople.com for cases just like yours. You may find that our full-service injury firm should have been your choice in the first place. Last year, almost 12,000 people discharged their law firm and hired us after further research. We became America's largest injury firm for a reason. Visit forthepeople.com today and let's get started. Or call Pound Law on your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
Each year in St. Louis, 10 women are recognized for volunteer leadership that changes lives. They support families, strengthen communities, and create opportunities where they're needed most. Join us Tuesday, May 19th at the Ritz-Carlton for the 2026 Women of Achievement Awards Luncheon. Celebrate their impact and be part of a tradition more than 70 years strong. Reservations available at WOASTL.org. For more information, go to KMOX.com/events.
Summer's here. Is your backyard ready? If you missed the spring rush, Artistic Decks can still make it happen. From premium wood to maintenance-free composite, get the quality you deserve. Don't wait. Call Artistic Decks today at 314-280-0821.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Paramount Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Paramount Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Paramount Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 314-720-8444. 314-720-8444. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 314-720-8444.
Welcome back, guys. DGS. Coming up at the top of the hour, Eric Kopinski, who is the program director for Improve I-70 from MoDOT, will be on with us. 3:30, Dave Murray. 4 p.m., Danny Wexelman making her first appearance in the DGS. Danny, of course, is a part of the television broadcast team for the Cardinals. Big fan of Danny. I think she does a great job. Have you known her for a long time?
I wouldn't say that I know Danny, but she's joined me when I was hosting Sports Open Line, when I was still doing Matt Pauley, that shift before moving over to regular stuff. But I've talked to her a number of times, and she works for MLB Network Radio too. And I've done that I haven't done it for a while, but I did that for a few years too. So
gotcha.
Yeah, she's great. I'm a big fan.
Did you guys see the latest shenanigan with a Secret Service member?
No.
A Secret Service member on Trump's detail in Florida. He wasn't on the hut, kind of thing, but he was part of the team in charge of getting there and doing all the security and stuff. Was arrested, I believe, last night for walking down the hallways of a hotel, following a woman to her door while pleasuring himself. Yes.
That's not great.
How's that person in the Secret Service?
Thank you.
I mean, you would have to have some extensive. You think they just developed this behavior out of nowhere?
I mean, again, I think we've all been fooled, and this is pretty tinfoily of me, but maybe intentionally. Maybe they make these movies, Air Force One and all this kind of stuff to just feed us a bunch of baloney. Because I have been trained by movies and television that you don't get within a sniff of the Secret Service unless you are the best of the best of the best, sir, and you pass all these tests and lie detector stuff. How can you go from that to doing what he did?
I mean, we've had some Secret Service issues for a while now.
Prostitutes,
yeah.
I
mean, it
under
seems
Biden, under Obama, under Trump. It's not a Trump thing. This is just the Secret Service.
I mean, I think it kind of goes back maybe to our conversation with Brad yesterday about like receiving a certain amount of power and then just kind of going crazy with it.
Maybe so.
Secret Service seems like a difficult job. It also seems like there are a lot of perks that come with that job, and you probably do feel kind of untouchable. Yes.
Joel says, sounds like he could be our next president.
Ooh, Joel.
Yeah.
Watch out, Joel.
I'm sure there are rules that go into this. I think it's interesting that the person is, and his name is, they released his name. It's John Spillman.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. He's been placed on administrative leave. Why is he not just fired?
Right.
I mean, this is on video. This, it's a hotel hallway. It's not like this happened and it's alleged. Like it's pretty clear that it happened, right?
Yes.
And I mean, I guess he was found doing that, like by humans too. So I don't know. There must be a process that you just have to follow. I understand if that's the case, but man, nothing should scream automatic firing more than something like that.
Yeah. Do you think we're sold a bill of goods? Like, okay, for example,
yeah,
do I have
I think
a minute?
maybe.
Do I have a minute?
Yeah.
When I was a lawyer, I was flying back from some case, and I was, they put me in first class, and I was sitting next to a guy, super handsome, really tan, like that guy. And we struck up a conversation, and he worked for AB, and his job was to be a liaison to Hollywood and have Budweiser products put in the good movies and kept out of the bad ones. And he was coming back from a junket where he convinced whoever to have, remember the movie Backdraft?
Yeah.
He convinced them to have all the handsome hero firefighters drinking Budweiser. And there was a movie about a serial killer where they had him drinking Budweiser, and he got them to change it to like Miller Lite or something.
Oh, really?
And ever since then, I've thought, I just got to peek behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Like, that's how that stuff works. So it wouldn't surprise me if they're like, hey, we need to make these people think that we're cooler and more dependable than we really are.
It seems like just yesterday when I captured my son's first steps or when we recorded his soccer games on VHS tapes. Those moments are gone. But the old home movies and pictures don't need to be. That's why my son created Legacy Box.
That's right, Mom. Over 1 million families have used Legacy Box to digitally preserve their old home movies and photos.
Simply fill Legacy Box with your old camcorder tapes, film, and photos. They will professionally digitize and send them back on DVDs, thumb drive, or the cloud.
With Mother's Day around the corner, it's the perfect time to get your Legacy Box and save your family's history. After all, few things are as important as protecting your precious memories. Give your mom a Mother's Day present she'll never forget. Take advantage of our Mother's Day sale, which starts now. It's our best deal of the year. Save up to 60% off. Visit legacybox.com/radio and for a limited time, get an incredible 60% off your order. That's legacybox.com/radio for 60% off. legacybox.com/radio.
Guys, Kevin Wheeler here. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of KMOX. It's been my official sportsbook for a lot of years now. It is by far the best app out there. And right now, if you've been on the fence, if you've been waiting, or you're just kind of finally getting around to it, it's a good time to be a new customer because right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if that first one wins. So you sign up for the account, you make your initial deposit of at least $5 because you got to make a $5 bet, and then you do that, and if you win, you turn that $5 into $150 in bonus bets just for getting started. So doesn't get any easier than this to get closer to the action with FanDuel, whether it's player props, you're getting into the NBA playoffs, and you're interested in a matchup. Like maybe Detroit and Cleveland tonight or whatever. It doesn't have to be. The Lakers are also playing tonight. You got all the tools you need to back it up, and everything you need is there in that app so you don't miss your shot. So just go to FanDuel.com/Missouri to get started and take advantage of that deal to get $150 in bonus bets if you win your first $5 bet. All you got to do is go to FanDuel.com/Missouri, and FanDuel, of course, is an official partner of the NBA. You must be 21 or older and present in Missouri to play. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit is required. Bonus issued as a non-withdrawable bonus bet that expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com.
Let's talk about Air Medical memberships. In an emergency, you don't choose who transports you. Dispatch sends the closest, most appropriate aircraft. Here's what matters: speed, skill, advanced care. Like critical care crews trained for the toughest moments. Like onboard blood that can make the difference between life and death. Arch Air Medical Service delivers life-saving air medical care across Effingham and surrounding communities. When you call for help, we bring hospital-level care to you. Plus, we're part of Air Methods, the nation's largest air medical provider. And about the cost, the No Surprises Act protects patients with private health insurance from unexpected out-of-network air ambulance bills. You're only responsible for your in-network copay, coinsurance, or deductible. Medicare and Medicaid patients have similar protections. No surprise bills, no balance billing, no membership required. Because when it's your life on the line, what matters isn't membership, it's medicine. Learn more at airmethods.com. Copays, coinsurance, and deductibles are set by insurance providers, not Air Methods. Terms and costs may vary. Contact your insurer for details.
So, guys, about Neovitin, I talk about them all the time. You guys could probably do the live instead of me. It is the simplest thing in the world. You either are open to taking a vitamin supplement or you're not. Now, you may not be open because you're super into it, and you just don't think that a one-a-day vitamin can do anything for you. You take mega packs, and they're $500 a month, and trust me, I've been there, and I remember going to the doctor, and he said, what the hell are you doing? Like, your blood tests are insane. And I told him, and he's like, don't do that. You're just going to either urinate all the extra vitamins out, or it's going to hurt your organs. And this is back in like 1984. So if you're doing that, just be careful, because what we have is a multivitamin with 20 different ingredients, exactly what our doctors and scientists say that we need, including omega-3 fish oils. You take 2 a day. They cost less than $1 a day. A portion of every sale is going to go to cancer research. It was created in St. Louis. It's manufactured in the U.S. under the strictest guidelines. You can find it on the shelves at Schnucks and Dierbergs and online at neovitin.com.
Celebrating 100 years of informing and entertaining. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. The voice of St. Louis.
At 3 o'clock, it's a cloudy sky. Right now, 53 degrees. The feels like it's 42 downtown at the Arch.
Now, I'm not saying we're at a crisis, but this is definitely
a tipping point.
St. Louis County Executive Sam Page is now putting specifics on the table after months of raising the idea of consolidation in general terms. Page today named services he wants to target, merging the county's 54 separate police departments, combining 911 dispatch operations, and unifying city and county library systems.
I believe that the community will engage in these conversations because they have a choice to make. Cut core services, which nobody wants, find new sources of revenue, which people are seriously considering, or consolidate the way we deliver these services and save money.
Page says more than 650 residents submitted ideas through a county survey. He's in talks with Mayor Kara Spencer about next steps. The U.S. military is guiding stranded ships in the Strait of Hormuz in an effort to reopen the crucial waterway. During a White House briefing today, Secretary of State Marco Rubio stresses the mission is not an offensive operation.
This is a defensive operation. And what that means is very simple. There's no shooting unless we're shot at first. Okay? We're not attacking them. But if they're attacking us or they're attacking a ship, you need to respond to that.
Rubio said Iran's restricting of traffic and lining the strait with landmines are criminal acts. The Illinois Department of Public Health says there's good news about vaccinations for students across the state. Here's Roger Plummer.
Illinois' school vaccination coverage dashboard tracks immunization rates in the current school year for 11 different school-required childhood vaccinations at more than 4,600 Illinois schools, grades pre-K through 12. The IDPH says the rates this year for 10 of the vaccines are above the 95% goal, with only hepatitis B being slightly below the threshold.
At the executive, the president makes the decision on FEMA authorizations.
Missouri Congressman Wesley Bell addressing the question of what other funding could be made available to St. Louisans still trying to recover from last May's tornado.
Bell says the president makes a decision on FEMA authorizations. If you want to appeal that, you can, but the president also makes a decision on appeals.
When natural disasters happen, the U.S. government comes and does its job and helps those folks. We can't just rely on states. States don't have the resources to deal with these types of tragedies.
Bell says his staff has been in contact with every agency advocating every cent to make St. Louisans whole again.
We have to keep pushing until we can get the folks the relief that they need.
Maria Aquino, KMOX News.
From the business desk, only 21% of Americans think the economy is good right now, according to Gallup.
But corporate America and Wall Street are doing very, very well.
Dave Simons with One Private Wealth says corporate profits are up. That's why Wall Street is happy. But there's one thing that could put an end to that.
And that is a continuation of this Iranian war that would cause oil prices to go north of 120, 140, even 150. Gas prices $5.
He says the impact on the middle class is starting to be seen in the travel industry as people pull back on big trips and big ticket items. Let's get an update of the St. Louis Business Index now to Stiefel and Scott Bedell. Scott?
Good afternoon, Michael. Hello, everyone. Major financial markets continued their explosive upside move as artificial intelligence stocks continue their unprecedented advance. At the 3 p.m. closing bell, the Dow Jones Industrial Average had gained another 356 points, or 0.75%, finishing at 49,298. The Standard & Poor's 500 up 0.8% at 7,259, while NASDAQ advanced 1% at 25,326. The Bloomberg St. Louis Stock Index turned in the best performance on the day, up 1.3%, closing at 1,721. Helping that index to move higher, Stiefel Financial added 1.8% at 77.75. Emerson Electric up 2.2% at $138.46. Anheuser-Busch jumped 8.75%, finishing at $80.37. On the downside, Peabody Energy lost 5.75% at $25 even, while Bellring Brands tumbled 38% to finish at $10.64. This has been Scott Bedell from Stiefel Financial, member SIPC and New York Stock Exchange. For more information on our firm, we invite you to visit our website at stiefel.com.
Winds turning to the northwest as we go through the afternoon with the passing of a cold front with some periods of showers and a couple of thunderstorms. I think by late afternoon, by the time the sun goes down, especially low 50s across St. Louis. Tonight, a couple of showers and thunderstorms lingering. It's a chilly 46. Wednesday, maybe a spot leftover shower first thing in the morning. Otherwise, partly sunny and chilly. It's a dry day Wednesday, but only 58 for the high. 42 Wednesday night. Thursday, sunny and 65. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
It's a cloudy sky, 54, feels like 45 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Giddy up! Cardinal Cowboy for Team Renner here, America's oldest family-owned garage door company serving both wholesale and retail markets. Free repair or replacement quotes and $100 off a new garage door.
RENNER. The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Happy Tuesday to you. Have tickets for the game tonight. I don't know, 45 degrees and rainy. See about that. My guest right now is Eric Pakinski. He is the program director of Improve I-70. Eric, welcome to the show, man. Nice to meet you.
Good afternoon. How are you today?
Doing well, doing well. So I know Andrew briefed you on what we wanted to talk about, and I'm happy to talk about anything I-70 and anything MoDOT, and you're always welcome on the show. Just let me know if you ever have anything to talk about. So my daughter goes to KU, and her mom and I went to visit this weekend, and we've been many times, so we knew that there was construction on I-70. But it was a really butt clenching because, as you know, those concrete walls like literally set on the paint of the edge of the lane. And if you're in that lane and you've got like a truck on your right-hand side, and Sunday was a little bit windy, they kind of come whiffing over by us, and not a lot of room for error. And I'm a bit sensitive, have a little bit of touch of the claustrophobia. And her mom is even way worse than me. She covered her eyes the whole time. But I said it on the air yesterday, and a lot of people were commenting that, oh, yes, we're very familiar and it seems very dangerous. And I know that you guys will have a good reason for it. I just wanted to kind of get you on and talk about that aspect of it. Then we can move on to other stuff. So what's going on with the walls?
Yes. Across the state, Dave, I-70, this is the biggest thing that MoDOT has done ever. So this will be our biggest project, and we're in the process of rebuilding I-70, and we're adding a third lane across the state. So this is a transformational project that we've been talking about for 20 years. We're in the process of doing that. So anyone that's been traveling across I-70 for the last 2 years, and really for the next 3, we will have substantial work taking place across the state. As we get to each individual work area, we are doing everything we can to make that as safe as possible. But our push is to allow crews room to complete the necessary work and to make sure they're safely doing that. So for the past 10, 15 years, we've tried to do that with just cones and plastic channelizers, and that has not worked well. We've had workers get seriously injured and way too many that have not gone home at the end of each day. So our number one priority on our project across the state is the safety of the traveling public, for you and your family traveling to Kansas and back, and then for our workers too. And so that concrete barrier is our number one safety item that we have. So it creates an uncomfortable driving condition at times, but if you are traveling the speed limit, and in some cases that's all the way down to 50 or 55 miles an hour, if you're traveling that speed limit, you will make it through there safely. So that's our big push to anyone is we need people to continue to slow down, and our crews are working at lightning speed for the contractor side to really make these historic improvements to get I-70 in a condition for the next 20, 30, 40 years or it's going to be in great condition and allow growth across the state.
So I'm a lawyer, and I remember on day one learning about something called the eggshell doctrine, which basically if you rear end someone and they have a skull like an eggshell and they die from that, that's your problem. You take your victim as they come. And my analogy to that would be there are a lot of people out there like me that have a little driving anxiety, have a little claustrophobia, and that was hellish. Like, I'm just going to be straight up with you. That was 4 hours of, like, butt puckering. Oh, my God, what would this be like if it were dark and rainy outside? I'm sure you've heard this before, but you're saying, like, and I get you have to protect your men and women. You have to protect the public. You have to strike a balance in there. And so you're saying that the walls are the best balance you guys can strike.
That's correct. We have these designed to MoDOT standards. We go around the country with our process. We challenge private contractors and designers and traffic engineers. So we have national competition for these projects, and our local labor force of Columbia, Kansas City, and St. Louis have won every project to date. And we really challenge them and say, bring your best and brightest ideas for how to construct these work zones, both as quickly as possible, but we want the safety of the traveling public to be the best. So if you really pay close attention to our 5 projects across the state, they got a little bit different flair, every one of them. But the big overarching factor is we do have a lot of concrete barrier wall. And again, that driving factor is we need to keep our workers safe, because we've tried just having our plastic cones out there, and we've had far too many people get hit and die. So that's our overarching factor. But we are going as quickly as possible. And when this is complete, Dave, this will be a game changer for the state.
Yeah, Eric, tell us about it. Take us out any number of years you need to completion. What are people 3, 4, 5 years from now who are going to visit their kid at Mizzou or KU? What's the Highway 70 experience going to be for them?
It's going to be much, much better. Right now on I-70, as we study this project for the last 20 to 30 years at MoDOT, the overarching factor was we need to make this more reliable. As you travel across the state, you didn't know how long it would take. Our pavement out there on I-70 is some of the oldest in the country. The original concrete pavement was placed in the early 50s and 60s. So it's at the end of its useful life, and many of the bridges that you travel over are getting at the end of their useful life. So again, as you're traveling from Wentzville all the way over to Kansas City, you're going to see a much better, much more reliable driving experience. We're also seeing, in addition to this, and this is kind of outside the MoDOT purview, but there's a lot of economic growth that's already starting to happen because of this. Companies are coming in and developing and putting their roots here and saying, we're going to have a great transportation network. We're really excited about that. So as we talk to business partners really across the state, they're really excited for this as well. We know we just got to get through the construction part. So that's where we're working very closely with our team and the Highway Patrol, local police, and we're really trying to get everybody to slow down and travel to that posted speed limit, because if you go significantly faster than that, there will be crashes, and we're doing everything we can not to have those.
Yeah, and I would say, like I said, it was a windy day on Sunday, but it was clear and sunny. And people were going above the speed limit, for sure, as you know, as people are apt to do. If you are just tuning in, we're talking to Eric Pakinski. He's the program director for Improve I-70 for MoDOT. Rach?
Yeah, Eric, thanks for joining us. I know that your focus is on improving I-70, but I'm wondering if you can talk to us a little bit about these changes with 64 here in St. Louis and Midtown. You mentioned before, like, you really like to hear people's feedback as far as different ideas they have for MoDOT. And from what I understand, you took in some feedback from business owners in Midtown and kind of adjusted some plans for 64. Can you speak to us about that a little bit?
Yes, with any of our larger projects, and that's certainly one of our larger ones that we have going on, that public involvement aspect is ultra critical. We need to make sure that we have that engagement and that we have our project, kind of in the right frame mind, and we're moving forward in the right direction with everyone on board. The specific details for that, I will have to get you somebody else from our team on board. I am solely focused on I-70.
Okay.
So while born and raised and a huge Cardinals fan from St. Louis, my focus stops at Wentzville. And, our 200 miles that we have is my sole focus. But that is a really exciting project, and I know our team's working really hard on that.
Fair enough. I know I was asking you to speak outside your purview. Eric Kopinski from MoDOT, what is it about MoDOT that you kind of wish most people knew? I feel like whenever there's like a storm or something goes wrong, everyone's minds goes to you guys and like, well, what's the problem? Is there anything that you would like the general public to maybe just realize a bit more about what you folks are trying to do every day?
I think that's an excellent question. And from our team, we're working hard every day to keep St. Louis and really the entire state moving. So as I look specifically to this Improve I-70 program, I talk to almost every other state I can talk to figure out what we can do better, that we can get this safer or faster or better cost. And we're moving at lightning speed. Every other state is blown away by how fast we're moving and the value we're getting. So we're working tirelessly day and night on I-70 and really every other route. So I know there's a lot of construction in St. Louis this summer coming up, but these improvements we're making, they're going to last for a really long time, and they're going to put St. Louis and Missouri in a great spot that we're able to grow. We're going to have safe roadways. So we appreciate everybody's patience this summer as we do a lot of historic work really across the St. Louis region.
Kevin, anything for Eric?
No, I think you laid it out.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Eric, we thank you very much. We appreciate it. And like I said, anytime you have something you want to let the public know about, you're welcome in the DGS. So thank you.
Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate your time.
Tell you guys about Mark Cantor at Cantor Injury Law. Speaking of being a lawyer and lawsuits and things like that, here's what I want to impress upon you. I only practiced for 10 years actively, but 5 of those was on the defense side and 5 of those was on the plaintiff side. So I got a very good look at that, at how things work. And I was at the #1 defense firm in St. Louis for 5 years. And I can tell you a couple things. That as soon as we get a communication from our client, typically an insurance company, whether it's medical malpractice or a car accident or a trucking accident or elder abuse, whatever it is, as the attorneys, we go into action. And we have one job. That is to keep you from getting money. Within ethics, hopefully, but at all costs, ethically, whatever we have to do, we're going to keep you from getting a red cent. And if you are due $1 million and we can get you to settle for $80,000, that's what we're going to do. So that's how the defense side is. What does that mean? It means you need a really good lawyer working for you against the insurance companies, and they're very smart lawyers. Not every plaintiff's lawyer out there is a genius. I'm going to tell you that right now. There's some idiots out there with legal degrees and shingles on their wall that say attorney at law. Mark Cantor is not one of those. He's very smart. He's very serious. He takes his law practice very seriously, been doing it for decades, tried many, many cases to juries, not afraid of going to court, knows how to value a case, knows how to communicate with you, be honest with you about where you stand. So if you or someone you care about does have an injury and you think that someone may be responsible for it, not only make your first call to Mark, make it quick, because I guarantee you the other side is already working against you. 314-628-9999, CantorInjuryLaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Lockridge, and I'm the host of a new podcast from Odyssey called Family Lore. In this podcast, I'm going to have people on to tell unusual and sometimes far-fetched stories about their families.
I've heard my whole life that she invented the margarita.
And then we're going to investigate those stories and find out how much of it is true.
He gets a patent 1 month before the Wright brothers. Oh my God.
Please follow and listen to Family Lore, an Odyssey podcast, available now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your shows.
It's time to spring into deals for Mother's Day at Lowe's. Shop select 1.5-gallon annuals hanging baskets, 2 for $15, and get Mom the perfect addition for her garden for less. Plus, get 3 free bags of Miracle-Gro 0.75 cubic foot garden soil when you buy 3. Mom's garden is winning with these deals. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/6, excludes Alaska and Hawaii, while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Hey, Joy. Oh, you are glowing.
Oh, hey, more like Mira joyed that Miralax helped me go. I was so backed up. Tried mega coffees, prune juice, everything. Then Miralax. And hello, gentle relief without the harsh side effects.
Ooh, how does it work?
It works naturally with the water in your body for constipation relief. Find Miralax today at your local retailer.
Use as directed for occasional constipation.
Stan Musial, he missed a season in his prime to serve his country in the Navy.
Honor a legend on Saturday, May 16th when the Cardinals face the Kansas City Royals. Fans can secure a Stan Musial military bobblehead presented by Coca-Cola and Deerbirds. This patriotic collectible celebrates Stan's Hall of Fame career and his service to our country. A true symbol of character on and off the field. A tribute worth displaying and remembering. Don't miss it. Get tickets and details at cardinals.com/promotions.
Paging all nurses and healthcare heroes. This night is for you. Join the Cardinals for Nurses Appreciation on Wednesday, May 20th and Thursday, May 21st at Busch Stadium. With a special theme ticket, you'll receive a healthcare-inspired Cardinal sweatshirt plus a coupon for a complimentary drink. It's our way of saying thank you for all that you do in our community. Don't miss the special theme at the ballpark. Details and tickets at cardinals.com/theme.
It's 3:21 p.m. This time check is brought to you by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
Presented by Worldwide Technology, the BizDash 5K is back. Produced by the St. Louis Sports Commission, a high-energy corporate race in St. Louis's healthiest happy hour. Thursday, May 7th at Energizer Park. Register your team at stlbizdash.com.
A century strong. The voice of St. Louis. KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS, KMOX, Dave Murray at 3:35. Danny Wexelman from the Cardinals broadcast at 4 p.m. Okay, let's do something fun.
Okay.
I won't put any sort of guardrails on this. You can make your own guardrails. What would you say was your favorite era of your life thus far? And I'll go first while you're thinking. I have two. One is family-oriented, and the other's not. I would say when Nick and Phoebe were young, that was my favorite time. I love having grown-up kids. It's a totally different deal, but that was like that's about as good as it gets when your kids are young and doing stuff and traveling all the time. But outside of kids, I would say it was the summer I got my mini bike and my Schwinn Varsity 10-speed because it was first of all, it was cool as hell. Secondly, it was my first feeling of freedom, like I can take these things and go anywhere. And I will always remember that. It was very magical, and that was probably my favorite. If I could relive a summer, that would be it. How about you guys?
I like this era of life.
Yeah, I think I do too.
It's nice.
The Dave era? That's your favorite?
Well, I mean, I can't, I can't think of any other, especially, good, you know what I mean? Yeah, I didn't hate my childhood or anything, but I didn't really, wasn't a big fan of high school. Wasn't a big fan of any school, really. So that kind of knocks that part out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember anything too, too wild about the early 20s. Maybe the early 20s were better than now, but I can't. Given that I can't pin anything on that, I would say it's just now.
Kev?
How long are we defining kind of like our era?
Yeah, whatever.
Because I would just say in total my 20s.
His whole life.
No, my 20s. Because the 20s encapsulates college, meeting Susan, having a kid, getting into the career. Like that 20s was kind of like the peak of everything.
Do you think, looking back, you sensed that it was that great?
A lot of it, yeah. Yeah. Like the college stuff, playing college ball and having that I definitely was like, this is great. And then first getting into radio was pretty cool. Like I'm actually getting paid to talk about sports. So yeah, I'd say that even in that time I would have recognized. Now, career is better now than it was then because it was brand new. When you're brand new, you don't make anything. I didn't have a fixed schedule. Like my schedule would be different every week because I was doing weekend mornings and then fill-ins. So I could be midday, evening, overnight, whatever. I was all over the place. So it was chaos, but it was still great.
Let's pivot a little bit. What era of life would you have liked to have experienced that you didn't? For example, being at KU with Phoebe and her friends and going to baseball games and football games and basketball games and sororities and all that kind of stuff. I didn't experience that. I lived with Jack and Francis. I went to SIUE. And when I went to WashU, I met all these people that were in frats and stuff. And I said, my kids are going to go to college. They're going to go away. They're going to have this experience. And I'm very happy and honestly kind of proud of myself that I made that happen and they got to do that. But I didn't get to do it. I missed out. And I think that would have been a hell of a lot of fun. How about you guys? Anything you wish you could have?
I don't spend a lot of time thinking about it because there's nothing I can do about it now. If I think about oh, I wish it would have gone this way, then I feel sad. So I just try to, I don't know. I mean, I sometimes wish I would have went to a normal high school instead of the high school. High school I went to was awful. No offense to anyone who might be involved who's listening, but it's not fun at all.
Yeah, I get you.
And I didn't get a good education, I'll tell you that. But it's what am I going to do? Sit around and wish it was different? I cannot do anything to change it. I can only move forward, so.
And what?
No, I mean, I don't wish I went away to college, mainly because, I think I might have even mentioned this yesterday when we were at lunch, but I had very poor self-control, I think, back then. I mean, not that I have any good self-control now, but I was way even worse then. And I just think I would have burned out. I would not have gone to class ever. For all I know, I would have gotten really heavy into, substance abuse and things like that. And I don't trust my 18-year-old self to have been a good student when given absolute freedom.
What's the saying? You never know what terrible luck your bad luck saved you from.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I try to believe in that.
Very well said.
I think there's a lot to that too. I mean, you've met me. Had I not been living with Jack and Francis, and I've been a teak at Mizzou or something, who knows?
Yeah.
Might not even be here.
Yeah, that's kind of how I look at the college thing.
Any regrets, Wheels? I think I know the answer to this question.
I mean, if I'm going to pick one, there's definitely I wish in college and maybe more likely high school, I would have understood more strength and conditioning and things for sports because I did things.
For the love of God!
I just didn't.
Oh my God!
I needed to do more.
Yes, more push-ups.
I needed to do more, and I didn't. So I regret that.
Chris Ronchi, Amy Mark Scores. The Chris and Amy Show. It's not the same old talk. It's fresh, it's different, and it's local. Chris and Amy dig into the news that matters, but they also keep it light, keep it fun, and keep you smiling. Serious when it needs to be, silly when it can be. That's pure entertainment with a local heartbeat. The Chris and Amy Show. Weekdays at 9 on the Voice of St. Louis. 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Carpal tunnel syndrome. Heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Spring is here. Hi, this is Tim Gamma. And I'm Tom Gamma. When it comes to tree care, call the name you can trust. Gamma Tree Experts, founded by our dad, Frank Gamma, in 1954.
Frank will be 91 this year, and the third generation of Gammas have joined the business.
Call our team of certified arborists to inspect your trees and shrubs today. Knowledge and quality are hallmarks of our reputation. Now in our 72nd year.
For pruning, fertilization, and removal, call Gamma Tree Experts today or visit us at gammatree.com.
Your trees deserve the best care.
Traffic from the michaelsflooringoutlet.com traffic center.
Well, it's not bad out there so far this afternoon. They were certainly slow going, but beyond that, there's nothing serious as far as lane blockage and big wrecks go. So westbound 70, you do have slow traffic in pockets from the airport out to 270. After that, it's slow again west of 79 to about Bryan Road, and then just briefly at 61. Eastbound 70, Blanchard into our city looks a little slow. Westbound 370, west of the Mills, out through 141 to the Discovery Bridge, slow in the construction area. Northbound 170, just busy from 70 up to almost Hanley. South 170, south of Ladue to 64 is heavy. The westbound 64 run is bogged down from Kings Highway out through Big Bend, approaching Lindbergh to 270, and a couple of pockets from 364 out to 70. South 270, 364 down to 64. North 270, Manchester up to 64. That's busy. 44 westbound, a great run from downtown past 270. Just the heavier traffic around the bridges is all you have to deal with. And eastbound 70 is short backup east of the Musical Veterans over to 64, and 64 eastbound, 255 to 157. Slow westbound 64, heavy both sides of 159. I'm Roger Brand in the Michael's Flooring Outlet.com Traffic Center.
Your bathroom should feel less routine and more daily escape. At Michael's Baths, they can transform ordinary bathrooms into a beautiful, comfortable space for homeowners across St. Louis and surrounding areas. And now they're introducing new premium walls. If you love the look of stone without the upkeep, you're going to love this. Sleek, durable, designed to elevate your space. For a limited time, enjoy a free rain shower head or upgrade with safety features like grab bars or a built-in seat. Call Michael's Baths today and schedule a free consultation. 636-775-0800.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hi, Margaret with Eamon Gantner and Capriano. Life happens. Accidents, deaths. Make your estate plan now, or the courts will decide for you later. Eamon Gantner and Capriano, yourestatemasters.com.
The choice of an attorney is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising.
Brought to you by Eamon Gantner and Capriano, yourestatemasters.com.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test. This has been a test of the emergency alert system. This was only a test.
Don't get lulled into believing the IRS is getting soft. It's just the opposite. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm. We are being told by IRS collection officers that their higher-ups are demanding that they get more aggressive than ever. So don't ignore them any longer. Level up. If you have unfiled returns, unpaid taxes, levies, or liens, call me, Lance Drury, today and let me get between you and the IRS. I'll protect your rights. At the Lance Drury Law Firm, our practice is focused 100% on fighting the IRS. Remember, IRS problems are legal problems, and they need to be handled by an expert attorney who's done it for decades. So call the Lance Drury Law Firm today. We're local. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Call 314-260-6120. Visit Lance, D-R-U-R-Y, law.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX 334. Dave Murray time, brought to you by the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center. Hello, Dave.
Hello there.
How are things your way?
Good.
Good.
Don't forget, 2 weeks from tomorrow, the summer forecast right here on the Dave Clark Show.
Two things in my life have made major impacts on how I track time. When I started getting paid and having bills, that was like suddenly like, what do you mean the water bills due already, right? And Dave Murray's seasonal forecast. Because I'm never like, yep, it's certainly time for the summer forecast. It's always like, what?
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about?
We just did the spring forecast.
I know it.
Man.
Seems like it. And
Man,
it's
oh, man.
I just kind of wrapped up my basic ideas, so I'm putting it on the side table here for a couple of days, and then we'll go back and visit.
Dave, I'm reading national stories about nationally May is going to be so cool and it's going to be like March. one, is that true? And two, if so, what's going on?
Well, it first of all, it depends on where you are. And obviously, it's pretty easy to say that May is going to be cool when we're like 50 degrees right now.
Right.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be cool. In contrast, we've had some very warm temperatures so far this spring. And this is a very common period, the blackberry winter, when we get these cold snaps. It's really right on schedule for the most part. Series of cold fronts in the northwest flow will take us right through the weekend. Now, there'll be some, I think Friday, probably the warmest. Saturday will be the warmest when we get probably 80, 81, 82 Saturday.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But then we cool back down again Sunday.
Yeah, another example of taking things that happen all the time and pretending that they never happened before, I guess.
Yes. And data can be massaged so easily now to make anything work. Any idea works. You can base it with some kind of data.
Gotcha. So
you may only be going back a year or two, but you can base it on something.
So for people like me that have tickets to the ball game tonight, how are we looking?
A little sketchy. I still think they'll get it in, but there could be some rain delays, especially the beginning of it. And then the rain right now is basically St. Louis north, and it's kind of staying there right now. But I think they'll get it in. It's going to be a miserable night at the ballpark. That's just going to be pretty gross. Yeah, basically in the 40s.
Yeah, I
know. Rainy in the 40s is fine when it's October and it's like the National League Championship Series.
Yeah.
Like, man, that's all right. I don't care. Right now, you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Seems like Andrew, you might be getting some tickets tonight.
I'm not going.
Someone tell me Andrew's not going. Sitting down in the 45-degree weather. So take us from tonight through the weekend, Dave.
Okay. Showers and non-severe thunderstorms around this evening and overnight. It's chilly. We're about 50 degrees right now, 46 for the low. We're just not going to move much. Tomorrow, maybe an early morning leftover shower, but overall it's a dry day, partly sunny. It's a cool day, 58. Just to put that in perspective, our highs this time of year should be between 75 and 80. So we're a good 20-plus degrees below average. 42 Wednesday night. Sunny skies Thursday, 65, still chilly. 48 Thursday night. Friday, partly sunny, 75. The next cold front comes in Friday night with showers and thunderstorms. And then it's kind of a situation where the front comes in, doesn't get all the way through. Warm flow takes over for Saturday, low 80s. Then it gets pushed through Sunday, and it will be cooler. The showers and thunderstorms for Saturday night, early Sunday morning, and then we're back in the low 70s for highs. It's not a cold thing like we're in right now, but it'll be cooler on Sunday.
Okay. Rather than headlines, we'll do headlines next segment, but Wheeler brought up something I thought was kind of interesting we might like to talk about together. He said that some guy was going off on how Pringles have no potato in them.
It was a guy doing like a full-on presentation like he was some kind of authority.
Yeah.
He's like, there are no potatoes in Pringles.
And it took like 10 seconds to Google it and find out that's not
it's
true.
the first ingredient.
So here's my question. Should we be less tolerant of ignorance now that we have Google and ChatGPT, and you can really learn anything you want to learn within seconds? And I use ignorance very intentionally because ignorance is very different from stupidity. I think I'm a fairly smart person, but there are several topics where I'm ignorant. I don't know. I've never really looked into that. But if I cared about it, or someone who I care about cared about it, I could know it pretty quickly. See what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
Should we be less tolerant of the ignorant these days?
What do you mean by less tolerant?
Well, like, I don't mean like put them in dumb jail, but like when someone does like what Wheeler said. It's one thing if I said like, hey, let's talk about the Magna Carta. And someone's like, I don't know that much about it. And I'm like, ignorant. But if someone is going off on a topic where they're clearly wrong, should we be less tolerant? Like, dude, you're wrong. And it's demonstrably that you're wrong. Go do your research.
Yeah,
it's just about clicks.
Yeah,
just about clicks.
Yeah,
well, in this guy's case, it wasn't even supposed. I don't think it was meant to be a video. I think this was like an in-person presentation. So it's somebody trying to make money or probably trying to sell something, right? sell a book or sell some other product that's an alternative. I think we should be less tolerant of it when the person is presenting themselves as an expert. It's different if it's a casual conversation and your buddy says something or you say something that's wrong and you just didn't look it up. That's fine. We don't need to, be killing each other with that. But if you're going to present yourself as someone who knows these things and you're just blatantly, provably wrong, then we shouldn't tolerate that at all because there's no excuse for it. I found out in 10 seconds this guy was full of crap. 10 seconds is all it took.
But how many people would actually double check that?
Well,
how many people would say,
enough,
that must be true because I heard it on social media.
Because this person sounded smart in saying what they were saying, even though it makes no sense whatsoever. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, without knowing the context of how this happened, I think the best thing you can do is ignore people like this. Because a lot of times they're making the false claim intentionally to stir up controversy so they get those clicks, like Dave Murray is saying. Do you have any idea how many people intentionally rage bait on social media in order to get the interaction? That's the whole point, is to make you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So you say something, so you engage, and their post gets boosted. So your most valuable currency is your attention. If you refuse to give them your attention, that's one of the best things you can do.
Yeah, but the problem is there are thousands of others that are going to hear it, and they're not going to hear us that this is BS. Like, we have to counter BS by calling it BS, because otherwise people don't have anything to go off of other than what they heard. You know what I mean? Like, if we just let people say, I mean, again, this is a thing. This thing I saw was just a video about Pringles. Who really cares? Not the end of the world. But it's still someone presenting themselves as an expert, making a strong claim that this does not exist in this product. When it does, it's literally the first thing on it. So if we don't correct them, then all that gets out is that.
Right. So how you can correct them, let's say this happened on Twitter, you can reply and say potatoes are the first ingredient, and that's all. But the problem is people will quote tweet the original post, therefore exposing it to an entirely new audience of people. And they'll be like, look at this idiot. He can't even check the first ingredient. And what have you just done? You have drawn even more eyes to the situation.
Right.
I understand it feels counterintuitive. We should probably just let it lie. But the more attention, the trolls feed on your attention. That's what they want. Positive, negative, it doesn't matter. The attention is the point.
What about the people that aren't trolls? This guy believes what he's saying.
I don't care if he thinks there are potatoes and Pringles or not.
No, I'm just saying, this is there's a difference between trolls that are just doing that and people that are spreading bad information. And I don't care about Pringles, but they're doing it about medicines. They're doing it about food things and saying you should never eat these foods when there's nothing that says that's right. They're actually potentially doing real harm to real people because I shouldn't say nobody, but because the actual message is not being countered.
Maybe you could report it as false information.
Yeah, I would love to do that, except that all of the social media outlets don't care anymore. Facebook is like, false information? We don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, Twitter's putting ads up and they're not labeling them ads, and they put them in your following tab. I don't follow this account, but I'm seeing it, and it's not labeled as an ad. What are we even doing? You're deceiving me on purpose. So they're not going to be of any help at all. They don't want to correct it. They're the people you're talking about. It's the companies themselves that want all the engagement over what matters, which is the truth. Which is why all of these things like community.
But Wheels, do you understand what I'm you have
the truth isn't going to change anything.
No, listen. So let's say my retweeting something reaches 1,000 people that wouldn't have seen that. Most of those people are going to see my retweet, which is, here's the fact. They may accept it, they may not, but at least a bunch of those people are going to see the counter message.
I agree.
Versus the only thing people seeing is the message.
I agree. However, if that's where it ended, that would be one thing. But you are giving them that. It doesn't end with your followers and the people seeing your tweet. The fact that you are giving them engagement lifts them across the entire platform. So you're still boosting the post by engaging with the post. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I get it. But that's not the question. The question is, are people actually learning the truth? Because if nobody counters it, then the people that see that message never know that there's an actual truth. They're only hearing that, which is going to reinforce that to the people that don't get the counter message.
I would like to go on the record that I care deeply about Pringles. So I feel like it really got shortchanged here.
Rach, I think you outlined the real frustration with the way social media is, because it does feel like a lose-lose. Right?
It is.
It just
so,
does.
So if you don't engage with the post is ideally seen by less people, which means that it's theoretically doing less damage, but no one is pushing back against it. Whereas if you are boosting it, which if you, well, no, that's not how the algorithm works. The algorithm does not boost unseen posts.
No, but people, like other people are seeing it, not just me. And other people that are seeing it might agree with it are going to boost it even more.
I think it really comes down to your personal math. For me, it's not worth it to boost the post. It's really just not. Maybe if it was like something directly relating to like this radio station or this show, and I was like, man, I can't allow this to happen.
Yeah.
I have to make a difference. But if it's like someone being anti-vax, like I feel like the deed is done there. Like, what is my voice really going to do to correct someone on that? For me, the math works out. I would rather just not give the engagement at all. Maybe for you, you feel good about this very small difference you're able to make by doing the correction. But I think for me, I have done the math on this. I don't like to feed the trolls. I don't like to
Because you used to, right? Like
Yeah,
you said, you
and
went through a period where you were very...
I was like, oh, I gotta set the record straight on this. And it got me absolutely nowhere. I felt miserable. And I realized the vast majority of people I am interacting with like this. Like, they want the interaction to keep going. Like, they don't want to reach a resolution. The conflict and the attention is the point.
Well, but I think it depends, because the guy in this video was not making a video for social media. He was on a stage presenting to real people. So
who posted it though?
Well, I honestly I don't even know who put it on TikTok. I have no idea who the person was there, but I didn't engage with it. But like the point of bringing it up is people will see that this is one of the really interesting issues, because I saw this. I don't think I put it on the rundown, but there are like people now who are only getting news and information from social media.
Yes.
So if they're only getting it and they see that stuff, they're thinking this is real. This guy looks important. He might even have a PhD of some kind. He may even be really making some good points, but exaggerating it to really help his own case. If your only source of information is a place where it's going to be potentially corrupted and then nobody corrects it, boy, it's a tough. I mean, I get it. I get what you're saying, Rach, because you're right. It feels like an uphill battle that you cannot win.
Because I don't feel like I can convince someone who is choosing to only get their news through X and through Facebook. I don't think there's anything I can really say to make them go like, maybe I should check it out somewhere else. Like, I can't control that person. They have made their choice. I would rather just not give it the engagement, but that's just me personally.
Okay, good discussion. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.
You got it.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, this traffic report's a service of the Sandberg Phoenix Law Firm. If you're heading west on Highway 70 this afternoon, got some slow traffic at the Jennings Station. It's bogged down from 170 out to about the Rock Road. Some heavy traffic, just slow, really, across the Blanchette Bridge and 94 to Zumbell. After that, 79 out to Bryan Road's kind of busy also. Westbound 64, that's a little more solid. Kings Highway to Clayton Skinker, but it's slow all the way to Hanley. It's slow approaching Clayton Worcester, I guess we'll call it out to 270. And west of Winghaven, a couple of slowdowns out to 70. South 270 backs up south of 364 through Olive. But once you get past 64, South 270 is in good shape. North 270, a couple heavy spots from Manchester up through Ladue. North 170 from 70 up to Hanley, slow. South 170 busy starting at Olive. Southbound 55 looks great. Barely a slowdown south of Arsenal. Westbound 44 downtown between the bridges heavy. Eastbound 70 slow east of the Mutual Veterans to 64. 64 east of 111 through 157 is busy as well. I'm Roger Brand in the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Sandberg Phoenix serves your business in litigation, intellectual property, and products liability. We're more than a law firm. We're committed to your success. Learn more at sandbergphoenix.com. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising.
The smartest way to do your homework is Hackman Lumber.
Thinking about building a new deck? Start with the deck experts at Hackman Lumber, home of one of the largest inventories of decking materials and accessories in Missouri. From treated lumber and cedar to all the leading names in decking, their experts will help you choose the perfect materials for your dream deck. Then finish it off with endless railing options, balusters, and LED deck lighting to bring your backyard to life. Hackman Lumber will not be undersold on in-stock decking materials, guaranteed. Do it yourself? Their team is ready with expert advice. Need help from a pro? They can connect you with trusted local contractors. Also, check out their expanding paint department with custom color matching. And don't forget, follow Hackman Lumber on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok to catch weekly deal specials and project inspiration all season long. Or visit us at hackmanstl.com. Locations in St. Peters, Troy, and Pacific, Missouri.
On Saturday, May 16th, join KMOX and Grassroots Redeeming Love in commemorating 1 year since the historic EF3 tornado that devastated North St. Louis with a short morning of service. Volunteers will meet in the Kingsway East neighborhood from 9 to 11 to help clear tree limbs and trash. If interested in RSVPing for the cleanup or interested in donating to the effort, go to KMOX.com/events for more information.
Working hard but still falling behind? Learn how real estate investing can help you build income and move forward with purpose. Text RADIO to 88007. That's RADIO to 88007. Presented by Lifestyles Unlimited.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
This is Congressman Bob Onder. Americans demanded border security, and House Republicans delivered. According to the Department of Homeland Security, for 10 consecutive months, U.S. Customs and Border Protection has reported 0 illegal aliens released at the border. I'm proud to have worked with the Trump administration to secure our southern border and uphold our immigration laws, and will keep fighting to advance strong policies that protect Missourians and keep America safe.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Mother's Day to remember. Join us May 9th and 10th at Warm Springs Ranch for the Budweiser Clydesdale's Parade of Champions, a never-before open to the public chance to see our majestic stallions braided, polished, and showcased like true champions. Browse the gift shop and make a full day of it. Doors open at 9:30 a.m. Festivities run until 3 p.m. Enjoy live demonstrations and meet a Clydesdale up close. Tickets are limited. Go to warmspringsranch.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS Joy on the stream says, this topic makes me think of the president and his followers. Every time Donald Trump says something that is clearly wrong, I wish the reporters and anyone around him would call him out and say that he is giving incorrect information. It feels like no one pushes back. Yeah, I just saw a really interesting clip of the president with Caitlin Collins. I think it was an old clip where she was calling him out on the election and, I wish that too. I wish they would be a little more aggressive with that. And I really wish they'd be more aggressive when he's really mean to someone. Like, hey, you can't talk to me like that. I'm a human being. Coming up next, we have Danny Wexelman from the Cardinals television broadcast crew. Stick with us.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Tech, sponsored by Wesley Financial.
Lyft is partnering with United Airlines, giving riders the option of using their United Mileage Plus miles directly in the Lyft app for rides. In a move to set itself apart in the increasingly competitive rideshare industry with Uber and robo-taxi companies Waymo and Tesla, Lyft says it's the first time a U.S. airline loyalty program and rideshare platform have offered direct mile-to-ride redemption. I'm Jason Brooks.
In today's fast-moving job market, staying ahead means keeping your skills sharp. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we help keep your capabilities cutting edge with our skills-based education programs designed to move your career forward. Explore more than 135 degrees and certificates in business, cybersecurity, and more. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start May 13th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Paramount Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Paramount Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and